Why do I death race? COVID was a time that got me into film in the first place, and my first Oscar death race was the COVID Oscars. Currently, as a film major, death racing is a great way for me to find films I probably would not have seen that could speak to me as a filmmaker.
Hello and welcome to the 6th Annual Academy of Death Racers Awards. We're your hosts. My name is Jeff Bulmer, and
I'm Victoria Matchett.
And wow, this is insane. This is the first time, I am so proud to announce, this is the first time in the history of the Academy of Death Racers Awards, the Deathies, that both hosts have had nice little chairs like this. It's never happened before. Before, sometimes one host would be sitting, sometimes one host wouldn't have a chair. It's not a problem this year. Victoria, how are you feeling?
I think I'm going to cherish this moment.
Wow.
I want to get us off to a strong start. I am so excited to be here. This is my first annual Deathies. So I'm coming with all the energy of someone who just watched a movie for the first time and has to yap about it for the next 3 hours. So I hope you're ready.
So what was the last movie you watched?
The last movie I watched was Begonia.
Ooh, right? I think we'll see Begonia a couple of times today.
I sure hope so.
All right. Well, I guess with that, let's get started.
Let's do it.
Hi, my name is Pierre Freegon. I am presenting the Deathy for Best Supporting Actress. And you might be wondering, Pierre, how did you have the time to watch all 5 of these movies while also repeatedly watching a bit from the Best Actress category from the Golden Globes 13 years ago with Will Ferrell and Kristen Wiig? And you might be wondering why that reference was so specific. And I would tell you, I just have a lot of time. Of course I watched all these movies. I mean, we have Elle Fanning and Inga Ibsdottir Lilius nominated for Sentimental Value. And that movie, when those two actresses interact and they just talk about the value of sentiment and they just go back and forth on that. It's just the sentimental value from that conversation is the movie. It's just crazy. And I mean, Amy Madigan in Weapons, that scene where Amy Madigan is just holding her weapon and she's like, if you don't do that, I'm gonna use my weapon. And then she like uses her weapon on them. And it's like, oh my God, Amy Madigan used the weapon in Weapons. It was crazy. Or Wunmi Masaku from Sinners. There's this whole thing where she's like, you know, she's just a sinner and she's begging for forgiveness, but then she sins again. And then she begs for forgiveness and then she sins again. And it's just like that tension. It's beautiful. And Wunmi Masaku presents it amazingly. Or even Teyana Taylor in One Battle After Another. Like she goes into a battle and then you're like, oh my God, she's so tired. How'd she do that? And then she goes into another battle. It's just crazy. Like, Teyana, what are you doing? Oh my God, another battle in One Battle After Another. Anyways, here's the nominees for Best Supporting Actress. And the winner is Inga Ibsdottir Lilius for Sentimental Value.
Sentimental Value having 2 nominees in this category didn't stop Lilius from winning, but it made it close. Only 2 votes separated the Norwegian actress from runner-up Amy Madigan. The value stopped at Elle Fanning, who came in a very distant 5th place, garnering only 19 votes. Sinners got exactly 100 votes less than Frankenstein to show just how far apart this category was. Old nuts and bolts absolutely dominated every region, age group, gender identity, and voting branch, with the exception of the creators branch, who widely preferred 3rd place Marty Supreme.
Bugonia, the queen bee. Whether she's just the morally questionable CEO of a pharmaceutical conglomerate, or actually the head of the Andromedan High Council, Emma Stone's Michelle had us all buzzing. Bourbon, honey, thyme, lemon, sherry.
There are legends of screenplays crafted with the gift of original storytelling so true it can pierce the veil between movies that are forgotten and films that change the way you see the world, conjuring awards from the Academy and from us. In Sinners, that screenplay uses music to unlock the inhuman and the supernatural in 1930s Mississippi. In Sentimental Value, a Norwegian house tells the story of a family of artists with a history of hurt. In Blue Moon, a Broadway legend holds on to his humor as he sees his life and his professional partnership drift away. In Marty Supreme, a man who takes on the world with a ping pong paddle is asked to learn that the most important lessons await at home. And in It Was Just an Accident, trauma-bonded Azerbaijani learn that there may be wrong answers to the question of forgiveness. This storytelling gift can bring Oscars to writers' mantles, but it also attracts Deathies. This year's Deathie for Best Original Screenplay goes to Ryan Coogler for Sinners. Along with directing and Best Picture, this is one of 3 Deathie nominations Coogler has personally received this year. 4 if you consider Sinners' Best Cow nomination a Coogler win as well. And I hope he takes them all, because biased announcer is biased.
All over the world, people had different opinions about this category. Sinners won the North American and African vote, while Sentimental Value won Western Europe. The folks from South America preferred the script of It Was Just an Accident, and our Oceania and Eastern European friends loved 5th place finisher Marty Supreme.
And we have our first winners. Oh my gosh. I love Sinners. What did you think?
I was a big fan. I can't actually remember what I voted for, but probably Sinners. There were a lot of really good Best Original Screenplay nominees this year. I can remember like, oh, it was my favorite of them, but there's so many favorites. Everything would have been a tie if I could have voted my heart.
But that's biased and uninteresting. We want competition. We want drama. And that's one thing I love about Sinners is that it felt like 2 movies in one. You had this beautiful world building, this great setup, and then you had vampires. And I get that some people, that wasn't for them. For me, I was living my best life. I was the target audience.
I saw it back in April when it came out, and I kept talking about it all the way until the end of the year. And I'm really glad that, normally I always think that April is too early for Oscars movies, and then not for Sinners. This worked out. So I'm very happy for Sinners, and first Sinners win of the night. I do also want to shout out the incredible performance by Inga Ibsdottir Lilius in Sentimental Value. That was my pick, definitely. I am very happy about that win. Yeah.
Hell yeah.
And now I think we're going to go to one more award. This one's a very special one. We actually have an animator in our community, a very good animator, and he has animated something for Best Animated Feature.
How fitting. Take it away.
Hello again, my fellow animation lovers. It's been a long while since we presented this category. Like always, it is an honor to be amongst passionate creatives, and I am eternally grateful for this community's generosity, loyalty, and commitment. Let's ask and answer this very crucial question. Was 2025 the most eventful and innovative year for animation?
Oh my god, bro. Oh, hell no, man. What the fuck, man?
Big God, big God, big God, big God. SpongeBob, big God, pants okay.
No. But fear not, movie buffs, for there is always hope. Like every year, there's always a few gems hidden under that so-called blockbuster rubble. Don't believe me? I can prove it to you with these 5 examples. A story of a boy from the future who accidentally time jumps to the year 2075 and teams up with a girl to set out on a mission for him to return home. A story about a boy whose active space imagination got him beamed up to an interplanetary organization with spokesmen from galaxies far and wide. As he's mistakenly labeled as Earth's ambassador for the rest of the universe, his journey continues with new alien bonds and self-discovery. A story about 3 gifted superstars in the light and demon hunters in the shadows. as they make a vow to protect anyone from the ever-present supernatural threats and to keep the melodic tradition intact. A story about a little girl who was born in Japan and discovers the beauty, mystery, and the adventure in everything she sees and does. Thanks to her nanny, the world has color, and in each event, whether happy or sad, she goes to her to retrieve more seeds of life to grow. And lastly, a second chapter for the most unlikely and likely duo, putting themselves in another risky case that will change the animal societal norms for good. Now, I may sound like a broken record at this point, but animation is, without a doubt, the most important medium in the realms of cinema. Sure, there's this elephant-sized stereotype of it only being for children. Took thousands of years to debunk that. Then all of a sudden, AI comes out of nowhere like a stray dog with its pink thing hanging out, believing that us creators are gonna start petting it. Yes, our genre has hiccups. But like any hiccup, they are temporary. And as animation continues to thrive, so does the world. Learn from the inspiration to develop your imagination. Something you guys haven't heard in a while, but it's my animation motto. So, without further ado, here are the nominees for this year's Best Animated Feature.
Iris, my diamond. Give it back to me.
I didn't see a diamond. Maybe you lost it when you fell in the woods?
Then let's go back there, right now.
Okay, but then you tell me where you're from.
I can't.
No problem. Good luck then.
Wait! I can't go home without it.
Too bad.
Oh, that's not cool. Glorden, do you not want to get into your carapace?
Yeah, I mean, kinda. Well, no. I've been pretending to want it, but I've been living a lie.
Write a brand new song, a diss track to expose the Saja boys, and send those disgusting demons back to the depths where they belong!
Yeah!
We're gonna kick their butts! Yeah!
That's my girls!
Hey, bub.
Hey, bub.
Hey, bub.
Hey, bub.
Hey, bub. Hey.
Hey, bub. Hey.
Bub, 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 bub.
Bub, 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 bub.
Hey, bub.
Hey, bub. Hey, bub, bub.
Hey, bub. Bubby, bub.
Hey, bub. Hey, bub. Hey, ho.
Hey, bub, bub.
Hey, bub.
Cine Zeus.
Yup.
And the winner for Best Animated Feature goes to... Little Amelie, or the character of Rain.
This might end up being one of the biggest upsets in Deathy history. The frontrunner at that other show is K-pop Demon Hunters, which came in second place by 10 votes. The animal lovers, indies, and creators were Team Huntrix, while the foodies, kinophiles were Team Amelie. Our queer members were undecided, splitting their votes between K-pop and, surprisingly, Arco.
Why do I death race? For me, it was because my friends from university and I loved going to the movies. We had an unofficial tradition of having lunch and then watching a movie most Fridays. So after classes on Friday, we either went to grab a bite and then watched the movie. It started with whatever was showing, but then during Oscar season, we tried to watch every Best Picture nominee in an independent theater in our city. After graduation and due to circumstances you can imagine, Some of us stayed in the country while others emigrated. So the group is now scattered around the world. We kept on watching all the Best Picture nominees, but something about watching everything was always a goal that I had. I tried in earnest a couple of times and missed one movie by the ceremony 2 years in a row. I found AoDR on Reddit, made some awesome friends that love movies just as much as I do and have the same goal each year. So I gained an even bigger group that encourages this lovely hobby of ours.
Much congratulations to little Amelie and the character of Rain. Looks like a very popular choice in the chat. I saw a lot of people very excited about that. This is one I was lucky enough to see at TIFF last year, right before it came out. I haven't seen it in a while. I should probably give it another watch.
Would you say that, and what did you think of the voice of the character of Rain? Would you say that good decisions were made, that it really fit the character?
Of Rain? Yeah, absolutely. The character of Rain had a fantastic voice.
That's wonderful, and no doubt due to the incredible casting decision made by the casting team. With that incredible and seamless transition, we want to talk, and we're so excited to announce the casting segment for this year's Deathies. For the first time, we're going to celebrate the wonderful people who make the voices come to life, who make the characters into who they are. Not just the actors' work, but the people who sit in the room and see potential after potential and say, no, this is the vision that needs to come to fruition. We're getting the best of the best. And so we too wanted to give you the best of the best and came up with our own version of casting, the casting segment. Without further ado.
12 shots of espresso for you and hot chocolate for me.
You made sure they got all 12?
I did. They were they were weird about it, but they got all 12.
They always are. I don't know why.
Totally normal.
That's what I think. We're here. We made it.
Are you ready? You ready for this?
I think so. I'm excited. It's the first time this category's been at the Oscars. This is like the inaugural category for casting.
No, I mean, it literally is.
It literally is. We're gonna make art today.
How many people do we have today?
Well, so far we have 5.
Okay.
Which is not none.
You know, that's good though. That means we can give them a little bit extra time. And even if we give them extra time, we'll be in and out very quick.
I think so. Probably by the time I'm on my 5th espresso shot, I think.
Probably, yeah.
Probably, yeah. All right. Whew. Shall we send him in?
Let's send her in.
All right.
Oh. Hi, my name is Danielle, and I am auditioning for the role of casting announcer for AoDR.
Hello. Thank you for coming. It's a pleasure to have you.
It's a pleasure to have you.
Exactly. All right. So, what have you prepared for us today?
A monologue that is really resonating with me at the moment, really dear to my heart.
Okay.
Look, kid, I got no interest in controlling you. But it's important you know what is at stake here. I was born in 1601. I'm a vampire. I met a lot of Marty Mousers over the centuries. Some of them crossed me. They weren't straight, they weren't honest, and those are the ones that are still here. They're not happy, but they're still here. So, do you understand what I'm saying?
And yeah, that's where we'll stop for now. Thank you very much. We'll
be in touch.
Thank you.
It's gonna be a long day.
I mean, she was fine. She was good. That's sort of what we're looking for, right?
We're looking for art.
Well, that's, our art is in the eye of the beholder. And I have beheld something very nice.
And Oscars are in the hands of the winners. What are we casting for here?
We'll see what the other ones are like, but I think we're off to a strong start.
I think we're definitely started. And I think there's so much room to go from here. Don't you?
You know what? As they always say, maybe he's just a baby that needs to be held until it says yes.
Who says that?
F1. Shooters. Here 1 minute, gone the next. These cocktails have been reimagined as shooters to help you keep up your pace. All you have to do is pick a team. Ferrari, Red Bull, or Silver Mercedes.
My family went through.
Of the ancestors is here.
The thorny issue of payment.
Where will the audience be? You said there'd be 100.
I said less.
Must become the assassin. You will always be weaker.
Your hair has been destroyed to prevent you from contacting your ship.
She writes this stuff by herself in that miserable, miserable room of her.
A gambling junkie who missed his shot.
You don't get to pick the one you get. Just gotta love the one you got.
I can see the future. It's full of pals. I'm on the edge of life.
You had, I'd leave. I go far away, flee. In her eyes.
They're stealing the souls of our fans?
姐，那我自己去赚啊。
就这样，你让我到处假蹦。
Come on, he's right here!
It's come to this.
It seems Mr. Drebin might be more of a problem than we thought.
What are you gonna do about this baby?
You know what freedom is?
Right in the doorway, and he starts to chant. And I really think, well, I can't interrupt God.
Rock.
I know this is hard to talk about.
Doesn't.
You get me.
I don't understand at all. Why just her classroom? Why only her?
Oh, hey, didn't see you there. So, last time you saw me, I was getting ready to go do something crazy to the film to present the winner for Best Stunt Design and Choreography for the inaugural Deathies for that category, a full 2 years before the other academy decided to do so. I had this whole concept where I was going to film something, at the park near my house just to demonstrate, all the elements that go into making a great stunt design, right? Everything from, writing the stunt itself to, how it fits into the narrative of the film and what it means for characterization to, working with other departments for it to work out, right? Working with cinematography so that, the shot is captured well and safely, right? Working with the costume department so that the actor has the full range of motion when they're doing the stunt and not compromising safety. Having casting, make sure they have people who are actually trained and know how to do stunts safely. And then, also pyrotechnics. Those are part of stunts with squibs, and, that needs to work with production design for it to be done safely. And visual effects, right? If some may say that all stunts, the best stunts are those without any visual effects. Frankly, most stunts have some visual effects work done, and it's a matter of filming it in a way where the visual effects work done seamlessly while maintaining the integrity of the actual stunt work itself. And of course, the producers and the directors, making the decision, is this really critical? Is this something you really need to do for the film? Or you're just doing it for the sake of doing it? And can it maybe be, used to save the budget? Is it something that's worth doing, right? Of course, I sort of paid attention to the most important part of doing a stunt, and that's doing it safely, without injuring yourself. But that said, while I may have failed as doing good stunt design for this Deathies segment, the 5 nominees for this category, Ballerina, F1 the movie, Mission Impossible 8, The Dead Reckoning, Final Reckoning, One Battle After Another, and Sinners, all did all of those categories and elements of stunt design amazingly. And pleased to announce that the inaugural recipient of the Deathy for Best Stunt Design and Choreography is Mission Impossible 8, The Final Reckoning.
What will likely be renamed the Tom Cruise Memorial Award when he inevitably sacrifices himself for a stunt, he wins the first ever stunt Deathy for the final installment of the current Mission Impossible series. Wade Eastwood is the actual recipient of the award, who has worked with Tom Cruise on 6 films, including the last 4 Mission Impossible movies. The remaining 4 nominees ranged from 22 to 28 votes apiece.
Okay. Whoa! Oh my God! We're back.
So we are.
Wow. Well, I'm excited to see where that ping pong match goes.
As am I. Two of my favorite characters. Well, 2 of the characters of all time, really.
Absolutely. Never have there been more characters, except when there were.
We already did casting. We're here to talk about shorts.
Not quite, because first I want to shout out the fact that this is, I believe, the first Oscars or Oscars adjacent ceremony awards show to present a best stunts category. That will be at the Oscars in a few years, but we will always have done it first. So congratulations to Wade Eastwood from Mission Impossible Dead Reckoning, because in 2 years there probably isn't going to be a Mission Impossible movie, and Wade Eastwood will have been cheated out of his first Oscar, but he did win a Deathy.
So we're just going to look into the camera and say, Oscars, you owe us. Just mark this date. It is Pie Day also, which is kind of fun.
Oh,
so
I was supposed to get a pie. You know what? Maybe I have a little treat coming later down the line.
So now's the time to talk about some shorts.
It is the time to talk about some shorts. You should know something about that, Victoria.
That's incredibly rude. We are sitting so on. We just talked about how great these chairs were. For those of you who don't know, Jeff and I are the same height.
Yeah, that is true.
Sitting at 5 feet tall, we are completely the same height, and there's no point to this bit.
I'm actually 4'11".
Just trying to. Is that even one upping me? I think that's one. That's one lower than.
It is. Yeah.
Is that how numbers work?
That is how numbers work.
One of the numbers of all time.
And if you put them in reverse, they go the other way.
Source? Chat, can we get a check on this? You must say. We do have your comments up over here, so if you see us lean this direction, we're scanning the chat. Deathies trendsetters? Too true. Have we talked about shorts yet?
We haven't talked about shorts. Let's talk about shorts.
Let's do it.
Here are the nominees for Best Animated Short Film: The Girl Who Cried Pearls, Retirement Plan, Butterfly, Forever Green, The Three Sisters, and the winner is The Girl Who Cried Pearls.
In the single closest race of the Deathies, a single vote separated the top 2 finishers. The Girl Who Cried Pearls received 83 votes, while Retirement Plan came super close with 82 votes. Would things have changed if the 42 people who skipped this category ended up voting? Abso-freaking-lutely.
Hi. Last year, I spoke to you from this couch to talk to you about how horrendously bleak and depressing Yes, I know, darling. Yes, the documentary shorts, they were bleak and depressing last year. But I'm not going to sit here and, we're not going to sit here and just take it this year. This year, we're going to go out and we're going to find something hopeful. Right, so sort of immediately, I've got a call coming in from my buddy Steve. He's just got an idea for a documentary short this year. Let's take the call. Let's hear him out. I'm excited to hear what he's got.
Thanks for taking my call.
Yeah, no, of course, anytime.
What I'd like to do is come with a photographer and just take pictures of the room as it was and try to capture Hallie through those pictures.
Well, that sounds genuinely beautiful and also incredibly bleak and harrowing, and like it will make me cry a lot. So I think it's wonderful. And I think you should do it. But I'm hoping to get a hopeful one in this year. I'm gonna keep looking, if that's all right. Let's go out and find some good stuff. Let's see. Oh, what do we have over here? Oh, it's a silent vigil for dead children. Oh, a lot of respect for them, but that is still very bleak. There is a procession of cars coming up. Is that? Oh, that's a funeral procession. That is a funeral procession for who? For Brent Renault, legendary American journalist. Oh God. Oh no, the death of a hero is very, very, very bleak. Okay, I'm gonna park the car for a sec. I mean, come on, there's gotta be something. There's gotta be something positive out there. Something...
Excuse me? Hmm? Okay, I work here. That's why I'm trying to find out why you're in the parking lot. Do you have an appointment?
No, sorry, no. I'm looking for a sort of positive, happy subject for this year's documentary shorts.
So the clinic opens at 7 o'clock?
Abortion clinic. Thank you so much for the work you do. You are a genuine hero. But man, that is bleak. I need to get out of here. I think I need to give up. I think it's time that I just give up. I don't think there's anything positive out there. I think once again, the documentary shorts is just a year of bleak, depressing stories. And these documentaries are so important and they're so well made. But they're just so depressing. Is there nothing nice? Is there nothing nice out there that we could... Of course. The stars. I could go find some donkeys and we can just look at the stars. And maybe, just maybe, if the stars are nice enough, they'll tell us who's gonna win the Deathie. Yeah, I can see it. The winner. It's...
Our friends over in Eastern Europe could not come to any sort of consensus here. The 6 voters from the region gave each doc short 1 vote each, with the last person choosing to skip the category. How's that for equality? Meanwhile, 3 of our branches all sided with All the Empty Rooms, while 3 other branches went for runner-up The Devil is Busy.
This is Legally Distinct Jeff AoDR. Today's contestants are, hailing from the Netherlands and co-host of the Lorehounds podcast, Alicia Brenner. Coming to us from Vancouver, Canada, and the host of the Contra Zoom podcast, Dakota Arsenault. And a newcomer death racer who can't be bothered to watch the Diane Warren movie and host of some game show somewhere, Ken Jennings. And now here is the host of the Oscars DeathRace podcast and this game show segment, Paulo Bautista.
Thank you, this embodied voice. It happens to be mine. Alicia, Dakota, Ken, thank you for being here. We only have a limited amount of time for this segment in the Deathies, so let's hop straight into our only category, 2026 movies.
Featuring an alien invasion, this movie will make you question whether corporations should really have as much power as they do.
What is Begonia?
What is War of the Worlds?
This visual effects nominee features some impressive driving based on real-life effects.
What is F1?
What is Lost Bus?
Coming from a former Best Picture winning director, this film makes you wonder who the real monster is when playing God with human life.
What is Frankenstein?
What is Mickey 17?
Featuring aliens, orphan kids, and wanting to find a place where you belong, what more could you ask from this Disney-released film?
What is Lilo and Stitch?
Frankenstein, clarified milk punch. We've been toiling away in the lab, trying to bring this monstrosity to life. You may think us mad, but this crystal clear cocktail actually contains milk. Above all else, it's a feast for the eyes, and it is strong. It's so strong. Spirits, citrus, science. That one is actually so strong. You have to make it in huge batches, and yeah, you have to make it in a big batch, and like I think I still have a lot of the batch left because like it's really, really good, but it's also very intimidating. Like you drink one of them and you're like, oh my god.
Just like Frankenstein.
Exactly. You feel like you've been killed and reanimated.
Oh, you got Frankenstein.
Exactly.
Classic Saturday. That did look incredible though, and I will be needing a follow-up on that post Deathies.
Oh yeah, you'll get to try it at some point. I don't know if I have time to make some before tomorrow, but who knows?
I'll be sending all of you out also cup, so if you just want to like receive that virtually, that will be coming to you from me. We'll have a sip together. It'll be great. Speaking of food and drink, we've got our food and drink here.
We've got a lot of comments in the chat.
Yeah.
What are you drinking? What are you drinking, Victoria?
This is in fact that me espresso. Someone in the chat commented Sabrina Carpenter, and I do try to live my life by her tenets. She's a guiding philosophy of mine. So this is not 12 shots of espresso. It is, what did I get? I got an Americano with milk, and there was not only not enough milk, there was also not enough Americano in it.
So it's neither of those things.
It's
all right.
It's one of those.
Nice.
What are you drinking?
I'm drinking a Red Bull here, and that's not especially exciting. Normally for these presentations, I do bust out a bottle of wine at some point, and not sure if that'll happen today, but we've still got loads of time left in the day.
Keep watching to find out. That's our clickbait.
I'm so excited. Will Jeff drink the wine?
Or not?
But speaking of wine, actually, I guess none of our nominees this year are wine, but the nominees for what, you might be asking? Well, that's the food and drink branch.
When you hear about a food and drink award, you might imagine mouth-watering recipes, luxurious ingredients, and plating artistry. But the Academy of Death Racers views drunken revelry on a harbor and sees it as a celebration of life. We nominated a woman who eats her own pearls as a representation of choking back her feelings. We looked at the liquid at the bottom of a bathtub and saw how it reflected a human being. We vote like the best meals aren't about the food, but about the characters experiencing it. This year's nominees for Best Food and Drink Scene embody that spirit. The nominees are: a man licks a toad expecting a mind-bending experience. Instead, his mind takes him to Subway, where he orders. Then the trip ends before he even gets his sandwich. The nominee is A Trip to Subway from Friendship. 3 demon hunters fuel up for their big concert. Kimbap, sweet potato chips, ramyun. Every carb is an act of love for the fans. Then airline demons show up and they don't even get to eat their noodles. The nominee is Pre-Show Carb Loading from K-pop Demon Hunters. A prisoner at Auschwitz sent to defuse bombs in the woods finds a honeycomb. He chooses to smear it on his body and return to camp so his fellow prisoners can lick it off to still their starvation. The nominee is Honeycomb Story from Marty Supreme. Frank Driven's body camera captures everything: the coffee, the chili dog, their gastrointestinal impact, plus the bathroom where he uses his weapon to cut in line. Not learning his lesson, he admits he ate 5 more. The nominee is chili dog camera footage from The Naked Gun. A teenage girl trying to catch a prince is handed a tapeworm egg. She swallows it to find beauty in thinness. Instead, she finds the horror of losing yourself to meet impossible standards. The nominee is Tapeworm Egg from The Ugly Stepsister. And the winner of the Deathy for Best Food and Drink Scene is Sharing Your Sweetnesses with Your Fellow Man, The Honeycomb Story from Marty Supreme.
This was the single closest category of all, as every film received between 14 and 19% of the votes, with The Honeycomb Story ending up with a single vote more than The Trip to Subway. Interestingly enough, the food and drink branch actually voted the chili dog sequence from The Naked Gun, the third place finisher in the category.
I have a hobby, which is whenever I reread Jane Austen, which is like every single year, I sometimes look at exact passages and think about exactly how I would translate them into modern language. My collaborator this year for Best Adapted Screenplay had this idea as well independently, and I have adapted a portion of Moby Dick. Call me Rachel. A while ago, not really sure how long, being broke and bored, I thought I would scroll a little and see what movies were streaming. It is a way I have of driving off the spleen and regulating the circulation. Wait, sorry, doesn't make any sense. It is a way I have of staving off sadness and keeping up with the discourse. When you translate a work from a different language, from a different medium, you have to alter it in some way. Best Adapted Screenplay could, theoretically, judge those alterations and how they were done. But it doesn't. We just vote on the best screenplay, and the list of 5 happen to all have been adapted, which is also fine. I don't care, but nobody's gonna read. We can barely get people to actually watch the movies. No one's gonna read Vineland. Each nominee for Best Adapted Screenplay this year had to undertake a different task of adaptation, and the nominees are: Begonia had to translate culturally and literally from Save the Green Planet.
무서워, 오빠.
Is something wrong? I don't think I can do this. Hey, come here. Give me a hug.
Train Dreams had to take a short story and make a full movie out of it.
He said that a tree was a friend.
It was only when you left it alone that a tree might treat you as a friend.
If you let it alone. But the second the blade bit in,
After the blade bit in, you had yourself a war.
you had yourself a war.
Hamnet had to translate a book to a film, and there, by the fire, held in the arms of his mother in the room in which he learnt to crawl, to eat, to walk, to speak, Hamnet takes his last breath. He draws it in, he lets it out, then there is silence, stillness. Frankenstein omits certain things, the entire bride element, Frankenstein being a misogynist, gone. I am alone and miserable. Man will not associate with me, but one as deformed and horrible as myself would not deny herself to me. My companion must be of the same species and have the same defects. This being you must create. And one battle after another boiled down its source material, captured the essence of the text. Men had it so simple. When it wasn't about sticking it in, it was about having the gun, a variation that allowed them to stick it in from a distance. And the winner is One Battle After Another.
This was one of 3 categories where no one skipped voting. It likely helped that all 5 nominated films are also Best Picture nominees, meaning if you only watch 10 films, you can knock out this category by accident.
Have you ever sought to reach peaks that few other humans dare challenge? Achieve glory that can come after only months or even years of dedicated planning and sacrifice, putting it all on the line, hoping that you can achieve greatness and that your hard work, blood, sweat and tears, and a little bit of luck will bring you victory? No, we're not talking about the Olympics. Welcome to the 2026 AoDR Olympics. This is a death race, after all. We've got all sorts of categories to compete in. You've got the classic 50 film dash, see who can complete the challenge the fastest. On the flip side, the procrastinator dash, see who can finish the closest to the deadline without going over. Then there's the category of extreme lengths gone to complete the race, and the most balancing of real-world responsibilities alongside death racing. We've got categories for trying to watch the most extra films in preparation for the death race, and on the flip side, categories for those trying for pinpoint accuracy in predicting the most correct nominees. There's the pentathlon, watching 5 feature films in a row in one sitting without giving up. And then the stickler category, not counting anything watched prior to the nominations and having to rewatch anything seen before the nomination announcements were made. Find your event today and go for glory at the AoDR Olympics.
All right. So Jeff, tell me, what's the craziest length you've ever gone to death race?
Oh my goodness, I get to tell this story again? Well, back in, I want to say it was 2019, some people, listeners of my podcast, Classic Movies Live, may know that originally started as part of a movie club that me and Pierre ran on campus. And I wanted to do something cool for that movie club. I didn't just want to show movies all the time. I wanted to like show, movies that had just come out. Yeah. Movies that are like, some things that maybe you couldn't see somewhere else. And I was having a problem not being able to see something. That year, some people may remember
Did you get glasses?
That year I think I did actually.
2019, not a notable year for any other reason.
No, nothing happened that year.
Nothing happened.
Except that the movie Corpus Christi was nominated for Best International Film. It was a Polish movie, and it was not playing anywhere near me. So I contacted the distributor in New York, and I said, "Send me this film. We're gonna play it for a school event."
Did you say hi? Did you say please? Did you say hope this finds you well?
No, I didn't have to because I'd already done that through email.
Oh,
yeah.
It did sound like you emailed him like, "Send me your movie."
And so, kind of. Okay. Sort of. I was like, "Hey, send me your movie." And he's like, "All right, here's the process." So, there's like a whole thing to it.
That's pretty cool, actually.
Anyway, the person who managed the clubs hated that I did that. She didn't like it when students took initiative, which me and Pierre made an agreement that he would be the one to talk to her, and I would be the one to do cool things, and he would apologize on my behalf. So that year, we showed Corpus Christi at our school, and I think we showed it like 3 times throughout the night. I saw that movie probably 5 times. And we didn't plan for this. The entire Polish population of Kelowna showed up, and they were like, "Thank you so much for playing this film. There was nowhere else we could have seen it." Oh. I was like, "Oh my God, I did something important."
That's lovely. That might be the coolest thing to ever happen in Kelowna.
I think so, actually.
So, that's really delightful. And kind of, without getting too sappy or sentimental, speaks to the whole joy of why we all come together for this.
Yes.
Something movies bring people together. Has anyone ever said anything about that?
I don't think so. I think you're the first person.
I think I'm the first person to ever do it.
Let's put that on a poster. We're going to sell merch, and one of the things will be movies bring people together. Maybe we'll put I don't know, what if we put a film reel on? No one's ever thought of this.
No, Jeff, you're too far. You're a madman.
I think we have some incredible merch ideas. You're going to want to tune in throughout the night for more incredible merch ideas.
But you can't steal them. You can't. This is original content. Do not steal. Otherwise, we will come for you with our film camera branded Oscars adjacent merch.
Wait a minute. I'm just remembering. So speaking of merch is sort of like a costume. And we had a few, you already mentioned this, but a few weeks ago, we were casting someone to come in and do the casting segment. We had a lot of good people come in, and they were all wearing such interesting costumes. And I thought maybe we should show the second person that came in to do.
You would think that, wouldn't you?
Yeah. Well, she was so good. The second person, come on.
I mean, I think she was equally as good as the first one.
I know. I can't choose. They're so good. They were all so good. Hello. That's a nice shirt you got there. Can you introduce yourself?
My name is Vladimira, and I am here to audition for the role of casting announcer.
So for this role, we're going to need someone who can sing. What have you prepared for us?
Oh, a little ditty that's really close to my heart. Y'all ready? Pick poor Robin clean, pick poor Robin clean. I picked his head, I picked his feet. I would have picked his body, but it wasn't fit to eat. I'll be satisfied having family.
Thank you. We'll be in touch.
So we're off to a really great start then. Look at this, 2 people in, I don't know how to choose.
You don't know how to choose between the first person and the second person?
Yeah, they were both so good. I guess we asked them for slightly different things, so maybe we just gotta bring them in again. You know, this might be a longer day than I was thinking.
Oh, it's a long day already. Oh, send to the next one.
Why do I death race? I've typically watched all the Oscars on my own for years now, but I've always tried unsuccessfully to get my friends and family into it also. So then I started trying to collect all the movies, and I have them on my Plex server before the ceremony to be like, here they all are, all you have to do is press play. And AoDR was a good way to facilitate that. And still virtually none of my friends and family watch even close to the full slate of films. So I've adopted AoDR as my actual family.
Hamnet, Rosemary's for Remembering. Remember, mugwort, what you brought to pass, what you readied at Reginald. You're called Una, the most ancient plant. You defy 3, you defy 30, you defy venom, you defy air illness, you defy the horror that stalks the land. Gin, rosemary, elderflower, lemon, sparkling water.
The award for makeup and hairstyling. So for this makeup and hairstyling portion, I thought we could take a look behind the scenes at everything that goes into making even a simple prosthetic that would be used in many films. Nominee Frankenstein, Mike Hill, Jordan Samuel, Cleona Fury. This particular kind of prosthetic is called a bondo transfer or a thickened prosade transfer, and is often used for superficial wounds. Nominee Kokuho, Kyoko Toyokawa, Naomi Hibino, Tadashi Nishimatsu. These transfers are both time and energy efficient in both the making of and application process, making it appealing to film sets on a tight schedule. Nominee Sinners, Ken Diaz, Mike Fontaine, and Shunika Terry. These transfers are made with Prosade, a kind of glue, Cabicil, a kind of silica powder, and you can use liquid foundation to match the skin color of the actor that you are applying to. Nominee The Smashing Machine, Kazuhiro, Glenn Griffin, and Bjorn Rabine. Once the mold is filled, it is frozen and then left in a food dehydrator or left out for a few days to evaporate all of the liquid inside. Nominee The Ugly Stepsister, Thomas Foldberg and Anne Catherine Sauerberg. Once dehydrated, apply release paper and then it will be ready for application. And now you, or more accurately, I have made a bondo transfer. Congratulations. And the winner is Frankenstein.
Voters aged 39 and younger voted alongside the eventual winner, but people in their 40s preferred The Ugly Stepsister, and people in their 50s went with Kokuo. Western Europeans also chose body horror over Mary Shelley's sexy monster.
Okay.
Oh, wow, we're back.
Hello! We're still here. We've been here the whole time.
Well, not me. I disappear between segments.
That's true.
Oh.
Mysterious floating plate.
Look at this. We got pies for
Pie Day.
This is rare. I think this is the first time we've ever had this award show specifically on Pie Day. Partially because the Oscars are so incredibly late this year. Usually they're in like February, but it is not February anymore.
This is actually specifically March 14th.
It is. That's the one after February.
And now that you've shared a really heartfelt, emotional story with you, I'd like to share a really useless talent I have.
Oh yeah, please do.
For no reason in particular. And truly, I was approximately 12 years old and on YouTube far too young one day. I memorized 25 digits of pi.
All right, go ahead.
I'd like to share this with you now in a dramatic retelling. 3.14, 159, 2653, 589, 7932, 384, 62, 64, 383. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
Was that 25?
That was.
I wasn't counting.
Yeah, that's fair. Now, sorry. Once again, I memorized this when I was 12. So if someone does want to fact check me, I may have been wrong about one or two things since I was 12. What's that? Oh, pie review.
A pie. Well, I'd have to eat it first, but do you want to tell us what the next award is really quick?
And with a perfect cutaway, it's film editing.
Hello, everyone. My name is Steve, and I'm here to present the Deathies for Best Film Editing. Last year, some of you may remember, I tried to go for my own made-up Bohemian Rhapsody Award, where I made a whole bunch of random cuts, and I think that went over pretty well, so I'm going to try something new this year, where I'm actually going to try and buy into one of the themes of a lot of the films this year, which is twins. So I've invited my imaginary twin Stev to join me to announce the nominees this year. So, oh, there he is, finally, okay. So, with no further ado, here to present with me is my imaginary twin brother Stev. Welcome. Oh, hey, we're doing this already? Oh, okay. Oh, hey everyone, my name's Stev. Thanks, Steve, for letting me be here today. So yeah, I mean, this is pretty cool. I mean, I thought I would be doing this alone this year, like I was last year, but I am very happy to have a guest this time. So anyways, I think with no further ado, let's just get to the nominees. So I think the best way to do this would be, like, I'll just say the thing and then we'll just go back and forth. Does that work for you? Yeah? That works for me. That works for me. So the nominees for this year's Best Film Editing Award are F1, Marty Supreme, One Battle After Another, Sentimental Value, and Sinners. Yeah, so 5 pretty good nominees there, and we'll see who takes home the win. All right. Before we get to the winner, I just want to give my imaginary twin brother, Stev, a really big thank you for being here with me today to do these nominees. It's really hard to make these videos alone, so having someone here to share it with me is really special. No, the honor is all mine. Thank you for inviting me for this. This is awesome. So, the winner of this year's Best Film Editing Award is... And the winner is...
One battle after another.
Only 14 votes separated second place from fourth place, with Marty Supreme getting 55 votes, Sinners getting 44, and F1 getting 41 votes. Unfortunately, fifth place finisher was way back in the pack, as Sentimental Value only received 16 nods of support.
Welcome back. Let's hop back into our category 2026 movies. Climaxing at an on-stage performance in Japan, this drama follows a determined young man who seeks to reach the top of his field no matter the cost to those around him.
What is Marty Supreme?
What is Kokuho?
Releasing at a film festival this year, this film features a father who needs to come to terms with the death of their child in a way that mixes their work with their grief.
What is Hamnet?
What is sovereign?
This genre-bending international film from Neon follows a father who is willing to go to any lengths to keep his family together, even if it puts himself at risk.
What is the secret agent?
What is no other choice?
This sports drama, based on a real-life individual born in 1968, features an attempted serious turn for the leading star, though they may soon go back to their usual movie fare.
What is the Smashing Machine?
What is Christie?
This movie follows a songwriter who is trying to write and perform the greatest song ever that will help her achieve the golden future that she desires.
What is Diane Warren? Relentless.
With cinematic depression, picking a movie can feel like pulling teeth. You feel like you're letting your friends down when you don't know what to turn on. There's a better way. With Kinovi, you can see results in as little as 90 minutes. Kinovi activates the chenoreceptors, allowing you to sit back, relax, and enjoy the movie. In clinical trials, adults on Kinovi have shown improvement in loss of cinematic interest, crying during every movie, and convincing their friends they're not pretentious. Do not use Kinovi if you have tuberculosis, have recently had an infection, or have no sense of humor. Kinovi may cause laughter, popcorn overconsumption, spontaneous AMC A-list subscription, nausea, vomiting, weight loss, weight gain, and suicidal ideation. With Kinovi, feel like yourself again.
Do you have AIDS?
You fucking die, you fucker!
Good morning, my sweet baby drone.
Stay behind me! Because death's not coming for our family.
In an interesting turn of events, Begonia might be seen as a bit of a surprise winner here. But the true arbiters of Kino Cinema, the Kino branch, actually voted in favor of Begonia. The food and drink, animal lovers, and creators branch all went in different directions, voting for Weapons, War of the Worlds, and Final Destination Bloodlines, respectively.
Why do I DeathRace? Family.
Brown bread for those batteries. Could you imagine?
Perfect.
And it just cuts there.
Amazing. You know what? Oh man, we have a slate and everything, and I didn't bring it. It would have been such a perfect prop.
I mean, we can pretend. Can we all use our imagination? Can we all
Imagine a slate rolling? That's not right. You have to do the thing first.
So no. Okay, yeah. It's like rolling, and then you have to also.
And then you do.
But there's also sound has to be speeding. On their way here, they get many parking tickets. It's a huge problem in the audio community. The speeding problem needs to be addressed.
And in this traffic.
I'll say, how about this traffic? Am I right? Supporting actors.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say.
Sorry, I would have segued better, but all this traffic.
I was gonna say we're gonna talk about sound pretty soon. Not right away, but pretty soon. They're speeding. They're on their way. Sound is coming.
You thought you saw the best stunts? Listen, sound is speeding on their way.
But first, supporting actor.
Supporting actor. You want to talk about
Guys, we still need one presenter. If anyone is interested in presenting Best Supporting Actor, now's your chance. Oh my god, can I present? I say as my first message ever. Not only can you will. That's the kind of energy we love here. Dive right on in. I'm Sanex, and I'm truly honored to be part of this community. I recently joined and have been learning about what you all do here, so it's exciting to be involved and join you for the next race. I'm also thrilled to be included as a first-time presenter for the 6th Annual Academy of DeathRacers Awards, to shine a spotlight on some incredible talent. These performances truly stood out and made a huge impact, reminding us of how important casting is in bringing a story to life. The nominees for Best Supporting Actor are as follows. Gator Elordi, who broke out 8 years ago as a bad boy jock and was told he was so boring he could only play Frankenstein's monster, now plays the very same creature as his most acclaimed role yet, playing him beautifully. The role was originally for Andrew Garfield, but after writer's strike conflicts, Gator replaced him thanks to a recommendation from his stylist in Priscilla, and withstood a 9-week redesign that had previously taken 9 months. With 29 nominations and 2 major wins, including the Critics' Choice, he's aiming for the top award, his first Academy nomination. Stellan Skarsgård, with 54 years of acting, is happily married with 2 children and 6 from a previous marriage, with 7 of them active in film and television. In his latest mirror role, he plays a director trying to reconnect with his estranged actress daughters through his film script, showcasing sincere regret about his general failures, broken relationships, and generational trauma, earning 8 nominations and 3 wins, including a Golden Globe and a first-time Academy nomination. Delroy Lindo had a breakthrough with Spike Lee, faced a low point, then resurged with Lee and Ryan Coogler. The Blues were born from pain and adversity, and Delroy embodied that perfectly. His retelling of its history, moving from a lynching story to humming and drumming, is both macabre and beautiful, showcasing his mastery. He is a first-time Academy nominee with 30 other nominations and 6 wins. One Ballot After Another gives us 2 supporting actor nominees, this being the 23rd time with 2 to 3 actors nominated for the same film. Benicio del Toro plays an unforgettable laid-back companion and savior to the protagonist, effortlessly switching characters after filming The Phoenician Scheme. Sean Penn portrays a terrifying yet hilarious villain confronting his past with our protagonist, even while only sharing one scene together. Benicio is a 3rd-time Academy nominee and 1-time Academy winner, with 30 nominations and 12 wins. Sean is a 2-time winner and 6th-time nominee in acting, his first time in a supporting role, with 35 nominations and 10 wins, including the SAG-AFTRA or Actor Award and BAFTA Award, and 6th, his 3rd Academy Award overall. And the Deathies for Best Supporting Actor for this year goes to Sean Penn, One Ballot After Another!
Concerns about possible vote splitting between the 2 one-battle performances seems to have been for nothing, as Sean Penn walks away with the Deathie, as Benicio comes in a distant 3rd. What is most surprising is that Delroy Lindo, thought to have an outside chance at winning that other award tomorrow, came in 5th place. Could Sean Penn be just the 4th man to win 3 acting awards at the Oscars? Only time will tell.
Here to present the award for Achievement in Sound, please welcome to the stage
It's a pleasure to be here, guys. And I have the duty to present the Best Sound Award. The 5 nominees are all excellent, but there can only be one of them all. And we shall find out who it is. The winner for the Deathies Award of Best Achievement in Sound is... I didn't even see that. Sirat!
Our voters are often more bold than that other show, as Sirat, the winner, takes the cake here, while F1 was a very distant second place finisher. Our gender fluid and non-binary friends were equally split across those two films, and Sinners were the favorite of the bunch.
Marty Supreme, Naked and Famous. The self-serving Marty Mauser is willing to bear it all in his pursuit of table tennis supremacy. This riff on the last word captures his vibrant character and manages to leave a slightly bitter taste in your mouth. Mezcal, Aperol, Chartreuse, Lime.
Why do I death race? To discover those few nominees each year that become part of my personal canon of important films, and to discover new directors. And also to be able to shut down pedantic assholes whining about how their favorite movie didn't get awards recognition.
That Marty Supreme cocktail just reminded me, because we had to make that one, a little behind the scenes here, we had to make that one twice because I didn't have the right glass for it originally. So I have outtakes somewhere. But anyway, that one also very strong. It's a real dirty, tasting cocktail. It looks grimy and it tastes grimy. And I kind of love it because I like tequila. So, it works, but...
it does sound very Timothée Chalamet inspired.
Yeah.
Dirty, grimy, tastes funny. A little bit unpleasant, but he's kind of around a lot.
I'm always saying Timothée Chalamet tastes funny.
I was directly quoting you. I was trying to.
Oh yeah, of course. I recognize the quote.
I appreciate that. I'm a scholar, a learned man.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. What was I gonna say? I was gonna say something and then I forgot it. But I remember that while we were not on camera, while I was in the void, I remember you mentioning that you had a little something to share.
So I just have a little story myself now, because the next category coming up is Best Song. So I myself have been described as a lover girl. I've been taken by a fling of the heart or two. I know that's kind of, you yourself have a dear partner who you love very much, who's been a wonderful part of this show as well. So you know how this kind of goes sometimes. You meet someone, things happen. But when you brought me on, you said, "Hey, Victoria, I have this really cool thing that I do. Here's the Discord, get into it." I did. And I want it, and I was like, I actually have to fully send this. And that's in the last couple months of my life. And I just know that there's no one else who could do it like you. So what I wanted to shout out was you in a little song.
Oh, no.
We're no strangers to love. You know the rules, and so do I. A full commitment's what I'm thinking of. You wouldn't get this from any other guy.
I just wanna tell you how I'm feeling.
Gotta make you understand.
Never gonna give you up.
Never gonna let you down. Never gonna run around and desert you.
Best original song.
Best original song.
Hello. First of all, I want to start by saying thank you to the Oscar DeathRace community. 2025 was one of the hardest years of my life, so having a space where I could talk with other people about our love of film and awards was a very nice release throughout that year. So, getting to Best Original Song. Let's see who the nominees are. First up, we have Dear Me from Diane Warren Relentless, music and lyrics by Diane Warren. Then we have Golden from K-pop Demon Hunters, and I'm going to have trouble with this. Music and lyrics by EJ, Ido, Yoo-Han Lee, Hee Dong Nam, Mark Sonnenblick, Teddy, and 24. Next up, we have I Lied to You from Sinners, music and lyrics by Ludwig Göransson and Raphael Sadiq. Then we have Train Dreams from Train Dreams, music and lyrics by Nick Cave and Bryce Dessner. And last but not least, we have Sweet Dreams of Joy from Viva Verte, music and lyrics by Nicholas Pike. And the winner is Golden from K-pop Demon Hunters. Congrats to everybody at K-pop Demon Hunters.
Come on, guys. If Diane Warren can't win an actual Oscar, the least you degenerates could do was vote for her at the Deathies. Only 5 people out of the 294 voters picked Dear Me. Mind you, only 6 people voted for Sweet Dreams of Joy. This category was a complete bloodbath for both Golden and I Lied to You, so none of this matters.
Why do I death race? While death racing started as a way for me to see if the film I wanted to win actually deserved to win by judging its competition, it is going to be so much more. It's become a social outlet even during the off-season. It's been a way to celebrate the very human act of creating art and appreciating the minor miracle it takes for any movie to get made. It's been a starting off point for me to develop my own taste and discover new films and creators I might not otherwise have known about. And most recently, it's almost become a form of protest against the clankerification of society. I don't want to offload my critical thinking or judgment or appreciation to some algorithm. I don't want the convenient summary of the highlights without having to lift a finger. I want to sit through every goddamn minute of the latest movie Diane Warren wrote a song for because it is the human thing to do so. And I want to form my own opinion on something, not have what I should think about something spoon-fed to me. Death racing is the appreciation not only of the art of movie making, but of the art of movie appreciation. From the mind that brought you hits like We Don't Talk About Breakthrough, Set Her Free, and For Miss Warren I'll Try. Without the permission, but with all the apologies to the studio that brought you K-pop Demon Hunters. And with all due respect to Miss Warren herself, comes a brand new musical album that's guaranteed to finally get her that Oscar, right? Right? We bring you Diane Warren, Oscar Hunter. Featuring songs like Till She's Won, knocking us out with a lullaby, watching weird movies makes us ask why. Better get used to her being here, cause she won't stop till she's won. Diane won't stop till she's won. Diane won't quit till she's won. And she just won't give up. It's all we can think of, everything she thinks up. She just won't give up, she just won't give up. From breakthrough to its flaming hot, she's relentless, she won't stop. She won't give up, she just won't give up. And free. Why does it feel right every time they vote her in? Why does it feel like she'll never win despite everything? All those movies that keeps us in chains and
all the damage that drives us insane. And this race has a dark side. Every year come nominations. What if they finally give her what she's searching for? They can fix it if they just let her win. And there is only one way to escape it. She would be free, free. They can fix it if they let her win it. Let her pastimes finally be worth it. And of course, golden statue. We're still crying 'cause she's riding every single year. She wants it hard, she's come so far, but soon they'll see. She's going up, up, up onto the stage for the statue that's golden, the shiny statue that's golden. Oh, up, 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 despite the haters. Finally, she'll have her Oscar and we'll be free of her songs. Oh, we'll be cheering once she's got it, though will she really stop? It's kind of weird to think about a race without Diane.
So when are we launching the karaoke branch of the Academy?
I mean, frankly, we could do it tomorrow. If you want to be in the karaoke branch, there's, I've said this on the server. If ever when we make new branches, it's just when there's interest. So if people want to do a lot of singing, and they want to leave their current branches for that, it's an option.
You know what my favorite part of watching movies is?
Karaoke. Singing.
Yeah.
Singing to music.
Well, that's what the captions are for, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's the lyrics of the movie.
Yeah, so what I like to do is get all of my friends together who really want to watch a movie, put the captions on, and then just sing along to the words and not stop.
Yeah, I find that movies are often best with the sound off so that you can do the sound yourself.
No, the sound's full volume and then I'm louder.
Oh, well, yeah, because you got to overpower the movie.
You got to listen. If the movie can't overpower me, I stop watching it.
What I always say about sound editing is it's a competition.
In which there are no winners.
There are no winners, but I'm gonna be the first.
Exactly. You gotta strive to be the first every time. Also, for some reason, people have stopped coming to my movie nights. I don't know why they do that.
Oh shoot! When's your next one?
February 31st.
Oh, I'm busy that day.
It's okay. I'll send a 2-hour voice note for you just so you don't miss anything.
Oh, perfect. Yeah. Send it to me. I'll definitely listen.
Sounds great.
What was I gonna say? Indie movies. Victoria, you've been in some indie movies.
Oh no, I was doing bits and now I have to be a little bit.
You gotta be serious for a moment.
Oh man. Oh, I feel like the Joker, baby. All right, so indie films have a really close part of my heart. There's nothing better than getting your people together and meeting new people and coming together to work on a project, getting thrown into something you don't know or getting to improve on crafts you love. I love indie films and I love being a part of them. So for 2 years now, I've been a part of a fantastic project called the 48-Hour Film Festival. It's a really complicated notion. In 48 hours, you make a film, you'll never guess what happens next. Not clickbait. It's a festival. They've got branches all over the world. I participate in the Toronto one because that's where I'm from and where I live, and it'd be pretty hard to do the one, I don't know, in Amsterdam. But essentially, your team comes together, you apply, and then at the top of the 48-Hour Film Festival, there's a kickoff. You can choose between 2 genres, and there's a character that you must include, like a character name, as well as a line of dialogue and a certain prop. Last year, I was in one called Eyes on the Prize, in which I played an insane staring contest competitor. My mom's really proud of me. It actually turned out really cool.
I do remember, I'm pretty sure I saw that one first, because I saw that one and I remember going to Marty Supreme and going like, there's a little bit like Eyes on the Prize, actually.
I bring the same, I had mustaches in both.
You know what? That's probably it.
That's probably it.
Is that one available to watch anywhere?
Actually, I believe it is on YouTube. If you want to check it out, it's Eyes on the Prize, Team No Sleep till Sunday or Saturday. I believe it's Sunday. frankly, by the time that I'm remembering this, I've had no sleep, and so I get the first 3 letters of the team in. But shout out to all of the cast and crew of that. It brings so much joy into the film watching process because you know just how insane it is to try and get something together. So I was really honored to have Jeff come in to the screening of the one that I'm talking about right now. And I know that there is whisperings and rumblings about potentially doing your own, and also 4-Hour Film Festival, if you want to collab with the Deathies, you know.
That would be really cool.
If you're hearing this, just in the...
We have people all over the world. It doesn't even have to be in Toronto. I mean, it should be, because I could be there, but it doesn't have to be.
For Jeff specifically, you have to do it in Toronto, though.
Yes.
That's the only caveat.
So speaking of indie films,
yeah,
we have, and I think some people have already sort of, well, I mean, we've already talked about it a little bit. We have many branches in the Academy of Death Racers. One of them is the indie branch, and the indie branch every year will nominate will award an award called 2 Indie for the Oscars. This award must go to a movie that is not nominated at the Oscars, which sometimes makes it very difficult for them to pick a movie, not because there aren't incredible movies that haven't been nominated at the Oscars, but because we also put a restriction on all of our branches that you have to have no more than 2 movies that were not nominated at either the Oscars, BAFTAs, or the Spirits. So they get hit by that restriction pretty hard. But they powered through it and had some really great nominees this year. And let's take a look at what they've got to say.
Indie film is once again revolutionizing filmmaking with a movement steadily growing. Previously, the challenge of this was just too hard. Nobody would dare go that far, or that long. But now, the hottest trend in filmmaking is taking a massive, throbbing step forward. I am, of course, talking about the puppet dong. Over the past 2 years, the puppet dong has become a mainstay of indie animators. And for good reason. We live in a world of AI, a world that can bring even dead actors back to life just for a cameo. But AI renders everything cold. The claymation dong? It's tactile. It requires manual stimulation. An algorithm will never understand the mounting necessity of a hand-modeled puppet phallus. We in the world of indie film refuse to see cinema neutered by pixels. We want heft. We want girth. We want something we can really put our hands on. But it's not just dead actors that AI has fabricated. AI is now even using for blockbusters critical reviews that are completely fake. This is not the spirit of indie. This is exhausting. This is limp. We in indie film remain stiff. Working with clay takes real balls, but we will go all the way to the finish, even the climax, just for you and your viewing pleasure. In summary, indie filmmakers have real balls. And as for Oscar, well, Oscar has none at all. The nominees for 2 Indie for Oscar are All That's Left of You, The Ballad of Wallace Island, Left-Handed Girl, Resurrection, and Sorry, Baby. And while we may not have an Oscar for the winner, we have something even better, something sturdier. For the first time ever, we present the Lion's Dong. And the Lion's Dong goes to What the hell? You're gonna cock block me? Come on, you gotta do better than that. I haven't been this blue-balled since high school. Wait, what's that? You have a sweet release for us? Okay, here it is. The winner of the first ever Lion's Dong goes to Sorry, Baby. Wow. When it comes to victories, I've never seen one so big. Congratulations to you.
Not only was the category too indie for the Oscars, it was almost too indie for our own members. 110 people voted for Sorry Baby, while 105 people chose to skip the category. I guess the Academy of Death Racers only watch 50 movies a year, and if it isn't nominated for an Oscar, why bother? The remaining 4 nominated films combined for just 94 votes total.
What's your favorite indie movie? For far too long, the indie branch has been held back. Our picks forced into the mainstream. But no longer. The revolution is underway. The nominees for the 2 indie for the Academy of Death Racers Award are Late Shift, Left-Handed Girl, No Other Choice, Resurrection, and Wake Up Dead Man. And the winner is No Other Choice.
For this brand new award, a ranked ballot was used to determine who would win. In total, 95 people voted, just under a third of the total voters, and there was 4 rounds required before No Other Choice was crowned the winner. Resurrection, a film that only just was theatrically released in the most limited way possible, managed to come in second place, a surprising finish against some other heavy hitters.
One battle after another. The Mexican 75. You were hoping for a French 75? Sorry. If you're trying to keep your Latino Harriet Tubman situation under wraps, you're going to want to go with something a little less obvious. If you'd prefer, I can offer you a few small beers. Tequila, sparkling wine, lime, agave. Let's get another person in. You good? All right. Come on in.
Hi, I'm Beth Macbeth, and I'm reading for the part of casting announcer as William Shakespeare. Shakespeare? William Shakespeare?
Yeah, I figured it could be fun. Like back in Shakespeare's time, men always played women, so it's kind of like a commentary on that, right? Anyway, I'll read Hamnet, so I'll start us off. Are you going back to London again?
Tomorrow.
Tomorrow? Will we go with you this time?
No, not yet. I'll miss you, my boy. But I have to go.
I know, Father. I understand.
Yeah, you know everything, don't you? And that's good, because I need you to look after your mother and your sisters. Will you be brave?
Yes.
Will you be brave?
Yes.
I can't hear you!
Brave. I'll be brave.
Good boy.
We'll be in touch.
So that was really good, right? Like, it's interesting. It's a woman playing Shakespeare.
It's a woman playing a lot of roles.
Exactly. But, you know, back in the day, they wouldn't have had that many people in the company either. So, like, you know, probably not the person who played Hamlet, but, like, there's all those extra characters. They'd have to have one person playing all of them.
And that's the beauty of casting.
Exactly.
Not someone coming in as a vampire and as, I think that was supposed to be like a British rock star?
A vampire and a British rock star. I think I've seen that movie, but like you could write an interesting take on it. You've got one?
I think we should see other people.
All right, let's send in the next person.
I don't know why I phrased it like that. Give me a real Oh, and we're back.
We are. This group of awards had, well, first off, we already talked a little bit about the two indie for the Oscars award, but this year, the indie branch, they thought, well, why don't we just do our own award that we're going to run entirely ourselves, two indie for AoDR, where I don't remember what their restrictions were. I think their restrictions were more or less, and I'm sure that, I hope that someone in the comments will correct me on this, pretty sure their restrictions were no rules.
Jeff, you wouldn't know the restrictions. You're too indie. All right, you wouldn't get it. You wouldn't get it.
But if I was too indie, wouldn't that be exactly who the award is for?
It's too indie for that.
Too indie for me.
Yeah.
So that was the Too Indie for Me award.
Specifically for Jeff. It's part of the karaoke branch I'm establishing, is the Too Indie for Jeff Bulmer specifically.
That would be a really strange award for the karaoke branch to award. Not impossible, but really odd.
And this is why you're not part of it. This is why it's Too Indie for you, man. I don't know what to tell you.
I mean, I'm probably not leaving the creators branch, so I like to let the branches just kind of go how they go. Do what they want to do.
Flow in the wind for a branch per se, like a branch in the wind, like
a leaf in the branch. Yeah.
Like a branch in the breeze and a leaf in the branch that's just in the breeze.
Like a tree in the forest.
And
you know where trees are in forests? On a set that is a forest with trees.
It's incredible how trees, just by nature, are their own production design.
Exactly.
Trees grow flawless segues, the way that we also share that. They change colors with the seasons, the way that production design also does that. And I think that's beautiful. Isn't that beautiful?
Production design shapes the worlds we see on screen. It transforms a director's vision into real environments, making scripts come alive. Production designers listen and translate rather than dictate, becoming an irreplaceable part of storytelling. Sets are meticulously arranged to convey character, time, and mood, making stories feel authentic. Every wall, object, and shadow contributes to the narrative. Every choice matters. Production design is storytelling you can feel. While directors drive the vision, production design is a team effort involving art directors, set directors, prop masters, and craftsmen. Together, they create magical worlds. We cinephiles honor these unseen hands, showcasing the power of imagination through teamwork. Ultimately, production design is about trust, trusting the world you create to tell the story, and trusting the team to bring it to life. This award is for the people who build the worlds we disappear into. Here are the 2025 nominees for AoDR's Best Production Design. Frankenstein, production designer Tamara Deverell, set designer Shane Vio. Hamnet, production designer Fiona Crombie, set designer Alice Felton. Marty Supreme, production designer Jack Fisk, set designer Adam Willis. One Battle After Another, production designer Florencia Martin, set designer Anthony Carlino. Sinners, production designer Hannah Beechler, set designer Monique Champagne. And the winner for the 2025 AoDR's Best Production Design is Frankenstein, production designer Tamara Deverell, set designer Shane Vio. Congratulations to all the nominees and winners, and to everyone in AoDR, thank you for being part of this wonderful community. Sincerely, Chia.
If you were to ask me to predict what categories Death Racers would be the most passionate about, production design would not be in my top 5. But this is one of the 3 categories where there were no skips. That means all 309 voters felt informed enough to vote here alongside Best Director and Best Adapted Screenplay. Were the voters that invested in Frankenstein? Perhaps, but it wins with just 42% of the vote.
crock of shit. That's the problem with a documentary. It's just a bunch of stuff someone else has already done. You may as well just read a book. They can be thoughtful, educational, or eye-opening, but they're always boring, depressing homework. If you're going to watch a film, you may as well watch one of those ones that's got like superheroes and monsters in it, but those guys never show up in a documentary. What a tremendous waste of everybody's time the following 5 films have been.
The winner is... It should say Diane Warren's Relentless, but it says The Perfect Neighbor. Cheers.
In a split down the gender lines, voters that identify as male overwhelmingly picked The Perfect Neighbor, while our female-identifying members preferred the Alabama Solution, and our non-binary cohort voted mostly for Come See Me in the Good Light, a film that likely had resonating subjects for them. Most interestingly was that for all the feature film categories, documentary feature had the most skips, with 43 people choosing not to vote, likely due to the difficulty of seeing last place vote getter cutting through rocks.
He watches an entire movie just to listen to the end credits song. He makes sure to listen to the score separately by itself on vinyl. For original screenplay, he actually reads the screenplay. And for adapted screenplay, he also reads the original source material. He learns 5 other languages just to watch international films without subtitles. He breaks into the studios so he can watch all the pre-effects footage for best visual effects. He also watches every audition tape to better understand best casting. And he goes through all the footage left on the cutting room floor to better appreciate best editing. He is the most extreme death racer in the world. I don't often commit crimes, but when I do, it's for the death race. Keep watching, my friends.
Please don't do crimes.
I think we should get to do like a little bit of crimes.
Just a little bit. Just like one crime.
As a treat.
Yeah. Right. We've been so good. We haven't done any crimes yet.
Not even one. Okay.
Well, no, let's not go quite that far.
We can't speak on behalf of the sound people who are in fact violating many Toronto traffic laws as we speak.
Mm-hmm.
But coming up is a category that I am most excited for. That can't think of any more cow puns.
You didn't even think of one. Moose isn't a cow pun. What are you talking about?
Moose.
Oh.
Like moose.
Okay, I thought you were talking about our great Canadian forest cow, kind of.
Honestly, I feel like comparing a moose to a cow is kind of like comparing like a giant semi truck to like a little Toyota guy.
I was gonna say a skateboard, but yeah.
I also realized that I don't know the car breeds, and I don't know why that's the analogy I chose.
Yeah, cars, they normally come in breeds.
They sure do.
So, for anyone who doesn't know, the biggest cow award, this is awarded by my branch, the creators branch. The creators branch they award the biggest cow to the movie that generates the most.
The movie
that generates the most secondary content. So that
don't have a cow about it.
So that's podcasts, video essays, other movies, theoretically, books written about movies, all sorts of stuff.
I'm still thinking about cow puns. Let's see. That's
when we come back, Victoria will have written down all of her favorite cow puns.
Absolutely. But also, in between cow is also, you have to remember, the score. What's the score?
I think right now I'm at 400, and you are around there?
401.
No!
402. Sorry, I'm being naturally cued that I think it'd be utterly hilarious to, say some more puns. How? And you're thinking, how dare he? If I use he/him pronouns, you'd say, how dare he? Sorry. Have you heard these ones before? Is this a deja vu?
We are being shown a list of cow puns. I'm
coming up with these on the spot. I don't know what you're looking at.
You are legendary.
That's not from cow. That's.
Oh, that's like a holy cow.
Holy cow! Best score.
Yeah, that's up next.
We love all segments equally.
I think we can all agree that making content is hard. There's a lot of time and effort that goes into every single project, and sometimes talking about films can be especially difficult. Whether it be reviews, video essays, podcasts, deep dives, rankings, trying to find a new spin on the films can be especially challenging. Thankfully, some movies make that incredibly easy. Whether it be from viral marketing stunts, overwhelming praise, passionate debates, or even a little controversy, some films just give creators endless stuff to work with. And let's be honest, in our world, any press is good press. Our next award goes to the film that gave the creators the most to chew on, analyze, debate, and yes, absolutely milk for everything it's got. This is the biggest cow award, and the nominees are K-Pop Demon Hunters, directed by Chris Applehouse and Maggie Kang; Marty Supreme, directed by Ben Safdie; Sinners, directed by Ryan Coogler; War of the Worlds, directed by Rich Lee; and Weapons, directed by Zach Kreger. And the Deathy goes to Sinners. And yes, K-Pop Demon Hunters.
For the third time in Deathy's history, we have a tie, ladies, gentlemen, and NBs. It makes perfect sense. Both Sinners and K-Pop Demon Hunters were two of the most talked about films all year long. Previous ties occurred for Best Adapted Screenplay in 2024 and Best International Film in 2023. The creators branch did allocate most of their votes to Sinners, though. Now excuse me, I need to shop for an outfit for an upcoming Saja Boys concert where I'm going to give them my soul.
Sentimental value. Trident. This descendant of the Negroni may be a tad abrasive for some, but over time, the three main ingredients will meld together and begin to accept their undeniable bond. This one will surely stick with you. Aquavit, Cynar, Cherry, Bitters.
Oh hey, didn't see you there. I was just reading through this score here. Now, this is just the percussion part of this particular score. But, when an orchestra comes together and puts all their pieces of the score together, it can really further the story or enhance the themes or transform the film as a whole. Here are the nominees for Best Score. And the winner of Best Score is Sinners. Congratulations.
Every single region, age bracket, and gender identifier went nearly unanimously for Sinners, and one of the most decisive victories of the show. Utter domination for the Ludwig Göransson score, who has now collected his second Deathy, after previously winning for his work composing the Oppenheimer music. Could he get his third statue from that other original show tomorrow? Only time will tell.
and I am auditioning for the role of casting category announcer. Bonita? Great. For this bit, Bonita, we wanted you to perform something in another language. I can do that. All right. Okay, fine. Then Jeff will read Marcelo, and Claudia, and you can read Sebastiana. Does that sound all right? Yeah. Okay. Take it from you lived in Italy. Okay.
Você morou na Itália?
7 anos.
Quando?
Meu Deus. 38 a 46. Voltei quando a guerra terminou. Era o que eu tava tentando te contar.
Quando?
Você nunca perguntou? Eu passei a guerra na Itália, estudando música. E aí as coisas continuaram a ficar pior e eu só fiquei. Não podia voltar. Lá eu estava uma comunista, depois uma anarquista. As coisas foram piorando. Eu vi algumas coisas que eu nunca vou esquecer, que eu vou carregar comigo até o meu túmulo. Eu também fiz 3 coisas que eu não vou falar a respeito, mas eu fiz.
We'll be in touch. Jeff, it's the same person.
It's like it's the same person, right? Because I remember watching the movie and she knocked it out of the park.
No, okay, so the person who's coming in is the same. Like, that's, like, she's changing, she's putting, like, you don't...
No, so see, we had, you showed me the list earlier. We had 5 people sign up. This was the 4th one. This is the 4th person. So the next person that we bring in is going to be someone else. That's how numbers work.
It's gonna be someone else?
Yes.
It's gonna be someone else?
It's going to be someone else.
It's gonna be someone else.
It's not going to be Bonita. She's not going to come again. But, like, maybe she will, because maybe we'll bring her back. Maybe she got the part. But, like, Bonita was really good.
I think she was equally as good as all of the other ones.
But she spoke another language. I don't even know what language it was. We never specified.
You know, there's a lot of non-specifics happening in that room. I've got to tell you.
But that's the thing, is she could just so beautifully play off those non-specifics. It's like, you know, speak another language, and we just, like, we were right on the same wavelength.
I think VFX are an incredible part of movies. I think they do so much to the world building. When they're done right, you get to just emerge into this whole new reality. And so it's worth celebrating when they're done right. Because when they're done wrong, well, we've all seen that too. So when it's done right, the Deathies gotta have something to say about it. That's not all we want to talk about, though.
Is it not?
No.
Oh. We also have, coming up, the Best International Film. And, you know, like Victoria said, there are also some bad international films, and they did not get nominated here today. We've only got the good ones, and we're going to talk about the best ones.
Are you telling me that there are good movies, but also bad movies?
It's crazy, isn't it?
Oh my god.
It does happen, though.
Oh my god. Oh mon dieu. Dios mío. That's all the languages I've got internationally.
Oh my god. Another language.
Wow.
Just like our international films.
Just like them.
Hi, it's me. I'm standing across the street from the bar featured in the major motion picture Caught Stealing. I promise it's that one. How did it turn into the star you know and love from the movie? Through visual effects. I mean, mostly. Well, not really, but, you know, I don't really have the budget to do it anymore.
Avatar, Fire and Ash.
Back in 2023, Avatar: The Way of Water picked up the Deathies for Best Visual Effects with a resounding vote share of 72%, one of the single most dominant showings in a category ever. This year, the third installment of the franchise does win decisively, but with a measly 56% of the vote share. Pfft, amateurs.
Hi, I'm Ben here, and I'm here to proudly present the Deathies for Best International Feature Film. These 5 amazing films from around the world represents the most thought-provoking, the most eclectic, and the most relevant films of last year's cinema that you simply cannot look away. And I mean, any of these winners are so deserving of the awards. Here are the nominees for Best International Feature Film. The Secret Agent, Brazil. It Was Just an Accident, France. Sentimental Value, Norway. Sirat, Spain. The Voice of Hind Rajab, Tunisia. And the Deathies goes to Sentimental Value.
This is a category that's always interesting to look at voting trends by region. This year, we don't have any voters from Central America or the Middle East, but voters from Western Europe and North America preferred Sentimental Value. Asian voters went with It Was Just an Accident. South American and African voters picked The Secret Agent. Oceania residents went with The Voice of Hind Rajab, and Eastern Europeans went with Sirat.
And welcome back once again. Let's hop back into our category, 2026 movies.
Adapted from an American novel, this film, set in a dystopian military-led regime, features a massive, diverse cast tackling questions of how we should respond to fascism.
One battle after another?
What is The Long Walk?
This Warner Brothers picture features an actor playing multiple roles of a former gangster on screen at the same time, and was notable for its box office performance.
What is Sinners?
What is Alto Nights?
Directed by a former Best Original Screenplay nominee, this film, primarily set in Europe, follows a legendary father in the entertainment industry who is estranged from his daughter and seeks to reconnect with her.
What is Sentimental Value? What
is J. Kelly?
This film features blue people trying to rescue one of their own who is kidnapped by humans and is accompanied by a song by a former Billboard #1 artist.
What are the Smurfs?
And that's all the clues we have for this segment. We'll see if Dakota and Alicia are going to be able to come back in double jeopardy, with our only category being classic kino movies.
Why do I death race? I've been watching the Oscars with my mom since I was a kid. We still watch together across continents and time zones. So it was natural to want to have seen more and more of the films until I eventually found you guys and got sucked into mecha madness. God help us crazy people and our checklist-driven cinematic addictions.
I feel like have we said and we're back at all at this point? Or do we just kind of look at each other and let the silence be our flawless segue?
I know that our producer Robin has caught us just like mid-laugh like 12 times at this point. We haven't even been back 12 times.
I wouldn't do that.
You're right. I've never laughed in my life.
Finally. And now to talk about some serious things. We're going to be presenting the award. Well, no, we won't be presenting. My apologies. Introducing the Queer Palm AoDR. And I did not butcher that. That's exactly what it was meant to be. And more than I could say, I'd like to take you on a tour of my carabiner. as I think that could probably best highlight the community because it's got some real good stuff on here. So makeup tutorial style. I'm just gonna bring this a little closer. I don't know if we can pull focus on this. We'll start with my multi-tool. It's from Lee Valley. It's in the shape of a cute little tree. It's got a bottle opener on it. Very handy for opening all sorts of beverages. The carabiner itself is a Vote Apathy is Boring carabiner that I got from a lesbian in a jewelry making class I took, so pretty good. Beyond that, I also have keys to a U-Haul storage locker I once had, and that's attached to a hand-stamped funky little thing that has my phone number on it, so just know that it's hand-stamped in a silversmithing workshop I did. Then also the keys to my home, that's tended to be useful. And, oh, we gotta have a sparkly sword. That's a really important part of the queer community that we don't talk about enough. And finally, also, there's like cute little symbols from Big White because I love skiing, and shout out Kelowna, and the coolest thing to have ever happened there. And then I'll just give you a little jangle test, just a little. Oh, I know what? Thank you so much for coming to my channel. Thank you for please like and subscribe. We're trying to get to 700 followers over the weekend.
Welcome to the Queer Palmed AoDR, or as I like to call it, the AoDR BTQ+ Award of the Night, coming to you loud and proud from the comfort of my office and not from a closet. We're hoping that you've been a better set of allies than before, as this was the lowest voted section last year. Do you just hate us queers, or are our films so obscure that you can't find them? Seeing queer lives on screen is so important to us. We need to know that not only will our terrible relationships and lack of boundaries be shown to everyone the same as straight people, you can also see us monologuing for a century to our beguiled friend, or choosing to ensure we never see a drag night again by having children. Well, this year there was a plethora of queer films, 5 of which have made the cut. Here are our nominees for the Queer Palmed AoDR.
We finished taking pictures on the street, and I don't
Peter
really know what else to do
Hujar's Day.
there. And at one point I said, "You're talking to me like I'm the New York Times, and I'm not."
The History of Sound.
Yeah, well, welcome to Maine. That's all you brought?
Pillion.
You having a nice time?
Nice chat.
Yeah.
Did you get yourself?
I am obsessed
Winless.
with twins. I own the entire New Adventures of Mary Kate and Ashley Book 3. I watched all their movies and all of their abruptly canceled TV series.
Sorry, Baby.
Yay! Hey! I missed you.
And the winner is Sorry, Baby. Congratulations, well done.
The queer branch was indecisive about who to vote for, as they split their votes equally across Sorry Baby, Twinless, and Pillion, which were the top 3 vote-getters overall. As they say, love is love, and the queer branch loves across the board.
Sinners, New York Sour. This cocktail, which was actually invented in Chicago, is made with Irish whiskey and topped with Italian wine to show off the spoils that Smoke and Stack managed to nab from the rival gangs before getting out of town. Whiskey, lemon, wine.
Cinematography is the craft of storytelling through camera, lighting, composition, and movement, all working together to create powerful images. And here are the nominees for Best Cinematography: Marty Supreme, Sinners, Train Dreams, Frankenstein, and One Battle After Another. And the winner is Train Dreams.
Our Food and Alki branch members were in a pickle. Exactly half of the branch's membership voted for Train Dreams, while the other half went for one battle after another. Our queer friends were even more confused as they did a threesome split, as Train Dreams, One Battle, and Sinners were all equally shown love and affection by the group.
What do you think of our cinematography winners, Victoria?
Well, I gotta say, Train Dreams was a painting. I love that movie. It was so, oh God, it just felt so good. I grew up in the forest. It's a wonder that got me into a city at all. And so getting to go back and explore was just, oh, beautiful, was just perfect. I love that movie. It gave me warm and cozy feelings. And actually, if you want to hear me talk about it in a more succinct and interesting way than just saying, ooh, good movie, liked, very pretty, and have like cool analysis, you and I get into it, don't we?
Yeah, I think it was episode 3 of this current season of Classic Movies Live, which I have shared on the Discord several times, and I will share again, of course, because you have to hear Victoria talk about Train Dreams. She's got a lot of good thoughts, and we would just rehash that whole thing here, but unfortunately, we don't have an hour just to talk about Train Dreams.
But we could, and we have, and you should listen to it.
Exactly.
But speaking of your podcast being live, there are some incredible live things happening in the world of theater. Film.
And theater.
Film.
Actually, the thing about theater, and this is interesting, this is a little bit of a tangent, but the thing about theater is it's always live. That's so cool.
It's funny you say that because some of us went to theater school during a pandemic.
Oh, so I guess there are some, you know what? Maybe I shouldn't be talking so authoritatively about theater.
With respect to the medium and the time, the hard times that at least a few of us went through. Were you familiar with the pandemic?
I was in the void during that time.
That's where you keep going to.
Yeah.
Well, art was made in hard times, and that is always worth celebrating. But oh boy, do I not recommend spending thousands of dollars on theater university just to do Zoom theater. Boy, oh boy, do I not. I've gone back to a dark place. What were you talking about?
I was talking about the next thing we're gonna have presented here, which is something I am very excited about. This is the award for Best Live Action Short Film. Come on in. Oh, hello. Can you introduce yourself, please?
Hello, hello. My name is Clemency Carl, and I will be auditioning for the role of casting category announcer.
Do you have the bit we sent you?
I do have the bit you sent me.
Right! All right! You're gonna read Virgil and Sandy in this one, and I'll be Steve, and we're gonna start from Does It Honor You, okay? Let's go.
And does it honor you to be considered for a membership in our club?
It's a very deep honor, sir. Yes, it is.
Steve, we have in the past offered memberships to certain members of the military. We found their tactical battlefield expertise to be quite useful. Now our aim, and your aim, that's the same, to find dangerous lunatics, haters, and punk trash, and stop them. No more lunatics. And you know, I'm not sure if you heard or not, but Jim Kringle passed away. This means an opening.
I think we've heard enough. Danielle, you can go home now. We'll be in touch.
Victoria. Her name was Clemency Carl.
Jeff, we wanted to make art, right? Like, we really wanted to celebrate casting in these phenomenal movies.
Yeah. We just had 5 different people come in and do 5 different roles, and frankly, I think if we have room, we have 5 different parts here.
I'm gonna get a top up.
All right, yeah, you should come back. I think, you know what? We were both so impressed. I think I'm just going to make the decision here. You got it.
Why do I death race? Number 1, I remember as a child watching the Oscars and wondering what all these nominated films were about that I did not get the opportunity to ever watch. Number 2, I can get sad and depressed over the course of a winter season, and it's very helpful to have some activity to look forward to, and it lasts for the whole season long. Number 3, I get wrapped up in the storylines of these artists. Whether some Hollywood legend is finally able to get their hard-earned trophy, or some newbie on the scene will swoop in and get an award for their first picture. It becomes like a sports season trying to figure out what will happen.
The cup waits, still, like time between 2 thoughts. Time moves forward. Unlike this film, some objects carry deep meaning. Others are simply many bananas. Knowledge, memory, budget-friendly props. Who wore these skates? On what ice did they glide? Where were they going? We may never know, because there is no actor. The bananas return, as all symbols do.
Shorts are always tricky to catch. Sometimes they're on YouTube and Netflix, and sometimes they can only be found in theaters if you're lucky to live near one that plays the Shorts program. this category featured the most skips of the entire Deathies. 48 whole people decided they didn't see enough live-action shorts to vote, which would have been enough to come in second place behind the winner. Actual second place finisher, The Singers, only had 47 votes.
Hello. Thank you so much for this incredible award for the Oscars DeathRace. We have been following along for the last few months and reading your comments, and they've been bringing us so much joy.
We've even been slipping into the Discord server to see what you guys are thinking, and to receive the Deathy for Best Live Action Short for our film
Two people exchanging saliva
means so much to us because you guys have watched every single film. That is a huge achievement. And when you make something, you hope that it will touch people and connect with people, but you never know. And the reception in the DeathRace community has been so incredible, so moving, and kind of gives us the motivation to make another great film. Well,
yeah, and to continue to make weird things.
Yes.
So thank you. And yeah, see you soon.
Thank you.
Congratulations to two people exchanging saliva and Natalie Mustiata and Alexandra Singh for being the first people to accept their Deathy in person. Congratulations for winning the Deathy for Best Live Action Short Film.
And congratulations to the Deathies, because holy crap, oh my gosh. That's okay, so we've got one, and now soon we will have all. Until eventually the Oscars just realizes that, you know, we've got the superior setup here and, you know, the biggest names, and
yeah,
we just take over.
We could get Conan O'Brien as like a featured host, not actually the host.
No.
Obviously, we'd want to keep being the host.
He kept asking me, and I was just kind of like, I'm already doing it with Jeff. It was really awkward.
Oh, does he keep pinging you in the group chat too? It's like, we gotta.
But he doesn't know how. He keeps adding everyone and then like messaging me directly.
Oh, I saw that. It's like at everyone. Victoria, you gotta see this. And it's like, Conan, that's not how WhatsApp works.
And I've been WhatsApp messaging with Conan for so long. Like, you think he'd get it at this point?
You would think so, right?
And it's just, I've said too much already. Conan, love you. We'll find some time next year for you.
Once again, a big congratulations to Natalie Mustiata and Alexandra Singh for being the first people to accept their Deathy for live action short film in person. And we are rooting for you tomorrow at that other award show. It would be so cool if you would get to accept both in one weekend.
Well, they've accepted ours already, so you know they've done.
They got the important one.
Exactly. Now it's just you're going for the cocktails, really.
Victoria, do you want to tell us what we've got coming up next?
I would love to tell you what we've got coming up next, Jeff.
But I would love to tell you more, actually. I changed my mind. I want to do it. It's Best Actor and Best Actress.
Woo! I feel normal about this category.
The Secret Agent, Rabo de Gallo, quite literally, the rooster's tail. As much as embittered Western interlopers may try to insert themselves, the Brazilian national spirit continues to shine through. Cachaça, sweet vermouth, Sinar.
Hello, Death Racers. It is I, KF, from the Oscar DeathRace server. Now that I've finished my death race, I've gotten my childhood friend pregnant, and I've robbed my uncle's shoe shop, it is time for me to become the world's greatest paddleball player. I've walked in, I've come to the woods, I'm here to walk in, we're about to get the paddleball going. Let's go. Marty Mauser has nothing on me, baby. Who's Marty Mauser, baby? Who's Marty Mauser? Yeah.
5 minutes later.
Oh, God. That took the wind out of me. Thankfully, in this book, I have the winner. Timothy Chalamet, Marty Supreme! Congratulations, Timmy, on your Deathy Award. We love you all here, even if you don't like opera.
Just 2 votes separated Timmy and internet darling Ethan Hawke. The biggest divide seemingly came from the different generations. Gen Z, if we have any alpha members, voted overwhelmingly for their own, while once you got to the 30 to 49 crowd, they voted for Hawke. Interestingly, the 50 plus crowd mostly voted for Michael B. Jordan.
Please welcome to the stage our next presenter, Adele.
Good evening. I'm here to present the award for Best Lead Actress. Although the nominations this year are a little strange, there's somebody who seems to be missing. I'm of course talking about the real Best Lead Actress this year, Emma Mackey, starring as Ella McKay, a 34-year-old woman who becomes governor of the state she was born and raised in. Nothing else could simply compete. So here are the nominees for second Best Actress. Jessie Buckley, Hamnet. Hamnet? Oh, come on, Hamnet, come here. Show me your hand. I see you. Grown and very strong. And working with your father in London. At the Playhouse. Oh, Hamnet. What do you wish to be? Rose Byrne. If I had legs, I'd kick you. Hi, it's me, your tenant from 22 Algonquin, Unit 1. You know, the one with the giant fucking hole in the ceiling. Your repair guy ran off and now it's getting worse. And I want to know why you are doing nothing for us. And why you are happy to let my daughter and I live in a flop house full of freaks while I continue to pay you rent. And I have a very, very, very prominent lawyer as a patient, and I am not afraid to... Kate Hudson, song sung blue. Sweet dreams of you, and every night I go through. Renata Reinsve, sentimental value. Hvordan ble det sånn at du ble så bra, og jeg ble så våken? Hvordan ble du så bra med den oppveksten vår? Du er fatil, en familie, en hjem. Emma Stone, Begonia. Ow. So the 5:30 thing. Look, I know you sent the email already, but I need you to let everyone know that they are free to leave at 5:30 from now on, starting today, okay? But in a way that's, you know, what we talked about. We need to send a message that we have a new culture here where people should absolutely feel free to leave at 5:30 and be with their families. No one's going to be overworked like in the past. No more unpleasant incidents. But it's not compulsory. And obviously, if people still have work to do, they should absolutely stay and continue to work. But it's not strictly enforced. Although we do want to meet quotas, so if we can do it with no pressure, just remembering we are running a business here. So, you know, let your conscience guide you sort of thing. Yeah? Okay. Great. Thank you, Corey. New era! And the winner of Best Lead Actress is Jessie Buckley for Hamnet.
Unfortunately, Kate Hudson holds the dubious record of being the nominee with the lowest vote total for any single nominee this year, after only securing a measly 2 votes for her performance in Song Sung Blue. Well, it doesn't mean she was the worst in the group. She certainly had the least amount of supporters. Based on available information, it was 2 men from North America, between the ages of 40 and 49, and likely are members of the Kino branch. Not to dox anyone though, but you know who you are.
Hey. Hey, Jeff.
Yeah.
Where's a cow come from in space?
Mars.
No.
The moon.
No.
Where's a cow come from in space?
The Milky Way.
Oh my god. Well, I'm glad you've been working on those cow puns.
You know, the thing is though, when you get those cows down from space, right? Gravity, 0 G's or many G's. I'm not quite certain what happens up there. But oh boy, when they get down to space, they're all they're all twisted up, and that's how you get a milkshake.
So what did you think of our Best Actress nominees, Victoria?
I thought they were amusing.
Oh my god.
Genuinely phenomenal category. There's something so wonderful about bringing stories to life and getting to see the nuance in every single role. We had such a variety this year, but I think the Deathies show as well. And that was an inhale of, I've got something to say.
Oh, I was just gonna say, and we've made it to the part of the show that the part of the show that everyone wants to see now. This is probably we're probably at the peak viewership right now, because now we're getting into the categories people really, really like. Everyone, not even just us, but everyone really cares about the acting categories. And the people who are just tuning in now, you missed out. You should actually rewind the stream, because we had some incredible categories before.
But that was before, and if they rewind now, they're gonna miss this. This is the moment. This is what you've all been waiting for. This is
our most important acting category, actually. We're gonna talk in just a moment about the best animal performance, but first, here's a little tribute to the animals we lost along the way.
In a world of scripts and spotlights, some of the most unforgettable performances come from those who never read a single line. They connect with us through instinct, presence, and a kind of honesty that no level of acting can replicate. Tonight, at the 6th Annual Deathies, we celebrate the animals who made us laugh louder, cry harder, and share their joy with the world. Let's take a closer look at our nominees for Best Animal Performance. Mouse the Cat, from Diane Warren, Relentless.
I love that cat more than anybody.
Indy the Dog, from Good Boy. Derpy the Tiger, from K-Pop Demon Hunters.
What are you?
Olga the Cat, from Sorry Baby.
I got a cat. Whatever you need.
Crypto the Superdog, from Superman. And the winner is Indy the Dog, from Good Boy.
Indy was indeed the goodest boy from the category. In a year where none of the animals spoke, the choice was for the pet who had the most acting required, as he was the lead in his film. Indy becomes the third dog and second live-action one after Snoop from Anatomy of a Fall and Monchi from Mitchell vs. the Machines to win this prestigious prize.
We would never get the opportunity to interview. Oh, did you just hear behind the scenes chatter? I don't know if anyone did.
Oh, no, when the camera isn't on us, we stop existing. It's a very temporal reality that we're in right now.
But yeah, the thing is just like when I get into that other zone, I sometimes, you know,
The void.
When I'm in the void, I sometimes I get carried away. And then when I come back, sometimes I get brought back in the middle of something. It does happen.
It's been known too. And you know who else brings things together in a way that they've been known to do such a thing? Directors.
Oh my gosh.
Director. I hardly even know her.
Victoria, you actually recently directed something for the Deathies. Why don't you tell us a little bit about the directing experience?
Well, cheers to that. So, my direction involved directing.
Hi everyone, this is Narrator Guy here. I'm taking over announcing award, so buckle up, buttercups. In the 5 years that the Academy of Death Racers have been presenting the Deathies, the Best Director prize has lined up with what the Oscars have given out every time. Does that make us soothsayers or prophets? Are we trendsetters or kingmakers? Or maybe we're just basic bitches. Either way, our ceremony comes first, so take that, Coney OB. Without further ado, here are the nominations for Best Director. Chloe Zhao for Hamnet. Josh Safdie for Marty Supreme. Paul Thomas Anderson for One Battle After Another. Joachim Trier for Sentimental Value. And Ryan Coogler for Sinners. And the Deathy goes to Paul Thomas Anderson for One Battle After Another.
Hi, Dakota Arsenault from ContraZoom Pod here. Not sure what happened there or how Narrator Guy managed to present the award I normally do. I guess payback means I have to do the narration now. Not really sure what to highlight here. Paul Thomas Anderson pretty easily walks away with this award with 52% of the vote. Ryan Coogler came in second with a very distant 25%, and the other three nominees received the remaining quarter of mentions. Across the board, every single region, age bracket, gender, and branch voted for PTA, with the exception of the animal lovers, who gave 60% of their vote to Coogler, and our lone sexagenarian voter. Now, back to your regularly scheduled narrations.
They got in touch. All right. And the nominees for Best Casting are Hamnet, Marty Supreme, One Battle After Another, The Secret Agent, and Sinners. And the winner is Sinners!
Well, it is still to be seen how that other award show will pick winners for this new category. For us, we are quite mixed. Hamnet was the last place vote getter with 35 mentions, making it have the best last place finish of the year.
Train Dreams, The Woodsman. You're looking for an explanation of this cocktail? Ain't there any place in this world a man can get some peace? Apple brandy, ginger, maple.
Why do I death race? I've always loved movies, but I've never had a community that really loved them as much as I do. So I spent a long time not really bothering to keep up with the movies and the discourse around award season. Finding Letterboxd and finding my people really inspired me to seek out more movies while they were fresh and part of the conversation. The Oscars DeathRace has been a recent find for me as part of that journey, but I think it's exactly what I've been looking for. It's a really fun challenge for sure, but it's also surrounded by an open-minded and curious and witty community of cinephiles. In a single season of participating, I've watched some phenomenal movies and shorts that I would otherwise have completely ignored. And I've learned a ton about the industry from the community of filmmakers and armchair experts that are in the Discord. So I guess I do the DeathRace as a cherry on top for the real dessert, which is feeling like I've found a second home.
You know, very early on in the show, one of our first award winners was Sinners, and I mostly try to keep it out of the shot, but I've got my phone right here, and my sister is currently watching live. So shout out to Karen. Hi, Karen.
Hi, Karen.
Early on, she was like, "Wow, I must just not hear about movies very often because this is the first time I've heard about Sinners." So Karen, you should go watch Sinners. By the way, I'm talking directly to you right now. Go watch Sinners. It's very good.
Oh my God.
And, what's going on?
Okay, embarrassing. It's Conan.
Oh, we've got Conan O'Brien calling in.
You're so bad.
Okay. Well, you gonna pick that up?
I guess I should.
Yeah. All right. Okay.
If
So
you
we're
don't
gonna
mind,
we're gonna have Conan O'Brien calling into the Deathies right now. Okay. All right.
Brian.
Hello, citizens. It is I, the mysterious disembodied voice representing the secret Hawaiian branch, the masterminds controlling the entertainment industry from behind the curtain in order to maximize shareholder value. This year, with the Dow over 50,000, represents an all-time record for unlocking corporate synergies. We can make more with less thanks to our new AI tools. Even this message to you is being automatically generated by AI without me needing to do anything. As such, the secret Hawaiian branch would like to recognize outstanding achievement in multinational corporate mergers and acquisitions.
Aloha, aloha, can you hear me? If you are getting this is the true disembodied voice of the secret Hawaiian branch. I don't have much time, but do not believe the AI slop you just listened to. That was my evil corporate twin, the Silicon Valley Big Apple branch. Now, you may think a year where Lilo and Stitch was one of the biggest movies of the year would be a good one for the SHB, but alas, the slopification of media is unrelenting. But there is still good, honest, 100% human-generated art out there, and we always hack into the Deathies each year to celebrate not just the human art of movie making, but the human art of watching and appreciating said movies. Natural creativity over artificial intelligence, I say. That said, this year saw great creativity in the way directors and actors came together to have actors play multiple roles within a movie. From David Cornsweet in Superman to Lewis Pullman in Thunderbolts, Diane Kruger in The Shrouds to Robert De Niro in Alto Knights, Mia Goth in Frankenstein to Theo James in The Monkey, Yona Kibrian in Elio to Jackson Yee in Resurrection, and even most of the cast of The Life of Chuck or The Actor or Kiss of the Spider-Woman. And no, these weren't just a recession indicator where you try to make more with less. I am proud to announce that the nominees for this year's Secret Hawaiian Branch Doppelbanger Award are Elle Fanning in Predator Badlands as Thea and Tessa.
What can we be? Sisters.
Michael B. Jordan in Sinners as Smoke and Stack.
I'm thinking we just set up tonight. Open up next weekend. Nah, fuck that. It's gotta be tonight. Grand opening, start this shit with a bang. Or we start with a misfire.
Wagner Moura in The Secret Agent as Armando and Fernando.
Pegou meu pai
Pra criar, e a minha avó não pode fazer nada, porque não...
Dylan O'Brien in Twinless as Roman and Rocky.
You know I am a twin. What? I'm a twin. You're a twin? Yeah. I've been using Rocky's gym membership, pretending I'm him.
And Robert Pattinson in Mickey 17 as Mickey 17 and 18 and 1 through 16.
You're 18, so you can take even numbers, and I'll just cover like 19, 21, and odd numbers.
Are you afraid to die?
Kinda, yeah.
And the winner of the Doppelbanger Award is Dylan O'Brien in Twinless.
Together.
Separate.
Congratulations. And of course, congratulations also to all the visual effects artists, cinematographers, and all the other behind-the-scenes human crew who work to give us these nuanced dual performances. And with that, I go back into the trenches to do my best to preserve the true spirit of Hollywood from behind the scenes. But as we return to our regularly scheduled programming, remember, true art is human. To be human is to be Ohana.
Ohana means family.
And nothing is more important than family. Aloha.
Twins. Aloha from your favorite secret group that sees all and picks the most unique award to hand out. Despite spending most of the runtime as Roman and only a few very brief scenes as Rocky, Dylan O'Brien turned in the best dual performance of the year. Both Michael B. Jordan and Robert Pattinson tied for second place. Despite spending most of their films not only playing dual roles, but interacting with themselves. Something O'Brien wasn't required to do. Twins!
Remember,
Aloha
means family.
He hung up. Conan hung up on us. What the heck, Conan?
Listen, I just think that he's in over his head. You know what I mean? Like, he's seen what we've got going on. He wants what we've got. He's not ready for what he's got.
I guess,
we've got.
You know, this was a pretty stressful day today for us, or at least it was moving into it. I'm sure he's got his, head full of ideas for tomorrow.
Listen, Brian and I don't ask questions.
Let me just, I don't have my phone on me right now, but as soon as I get it back, next time I'll just ping at everyone. Conan, what happened? What's going on?
Honestly, let's just leave it for after the show.
Okay.
We've got some pretty big things to talk about.
We actually do, because coming up next, we have maybe the most important award. This is the one that we always do live here. We're going to present this award. This is the Best Picture. So, Victoria, would you mind reading out how the Best Picture is determined for us?
Now, I'd love to do that. And we're about to read the Deathies Award, but I'd like to read you in a poor rendition of what my Sinners OC would sound like. If you wouldn't mind unlocking the ancient text for me here.
There it is.
I'd like to explain to you how these votes are cast and how we came to the conclusion. Essentially, everyone lists their votes in order of preference, and in round one, everyone's top film is counted. If a single film has more than 50% of the ballot, that film wins. If not, the film with the fewest votes is removed, and we move to the next round. The votes for the film that was removed in the last round are removed, and the next eligible preference is included. And this process continues until a film has more than 50% of the vote. Yeehaw!
Now, usually.
And then I attack you because I'm a vampire. But I wouldn't do that.
Now, usually, this award is going to happen in quite a few rounds. I think we've had, 5. I think one year we may have even gone all the way up to round 9. But one year, We immediately got it on round 1. I don't know if that's going to be this year. I think this year might be a lot closer. But let's find out. Let's see what round 1 of Best Picture looks like. Our Best Picture nominees coming up right here
All right.
in just a moment.
I did think there was going to be a transition, then I kind of had to like remove my glasses again. So.
Begonia.
Okay, going to round 1.
F1. Frankenstein. Hamnet. Marty Supreme. One Battle After Another. Sentimental Value. Sinners. The Secret Agent. And Train Dreams. Let's see what everybody got. All right, this is looking good. We have One Battle After Another with an early lead. Sinners right behind it in second. And F1 the movie with only 0.3% of the vote. F1 is going to be our first elimination. F1 is out in round 1. All right, well, Victoria, I have to say, I'm not especially surprised. I did like F1, but it was a bit, personally, I thought it was a bit of a surprise to see on the Best Picture ballot in the first place. So considering how strong the rest of this ballot is, not surprised that it only got 0.3% of the vote, but happy that people did enjoy it enough to vote for it in first place.
I think divorced dads everywhere are happy to have a film for them. I think that compared to some of the narratives being told and the way they're being presented in these other films, I hope that the F1 people got their fill and got to see their film up, but I can't wait to see what round 2 holds.
Oh, I am just seeing someone in the chat has pointed out there is a slight mistake, and that's on me. I'm gonna fully break the curtain here. Apparently, Amelia Perez got 0.1% of the vote. That's not actually true, but let's pretend it is. Our first elimination is Amelia Perez with 0.1% of the vote. Also, F1 with 0.3% of the vote. Let's go to round 2.
Sounds good to me. Okay, what we got here? Begonia. Frankenstein. Hamnet. Marty Supreme. One Battle After Another. Sentimental Value. Sinners. Secret Agent. And Train Dreams.
So looking at this, we have, okay, Frankenstein with only 2% of the vote is going to be eliminated, but we're now no longer in the 0 point range. We're now getting into single percentage votes here. All right, round 2, our eliminated movie is Frankenstein. What do you think, Victoria?
That's hard. This movie had so much going for it. It was beautiful. The performances were compelling. I get it, but I'm sad. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
This was a favorite cousin who, like, I get why they don't come around anymore, but like, I liked seeing them.
Yeah, I think this was, I was very happy to watch this movie, even if I actually do think on my ballot it was pretty low. But mostly that's because all the rest of the movies on this ballot are so good. So Frankenstein out in round 2.
We love you. And hey, he might be back.
Well, maybe.
He's got a tendency, well, no, they have a tendency for doing that.
It does happen.
It happens. What they're going to do is they're going to take this and all the other Frankensteins and make it one mega Frankenstein.
Frankenstein's monster is Frankenstein.
Sorry, one more time?
Frankenstein's monster, Frankenstein. A Franken-monster.
Hell yeah.
I think we need to move on. Victoria, what do you think?
I think it's time for round 3.
3 it is.
Round 3 it is.
All right, we still have Begonia.
Woo.
And Hamnet. But both of the Fs are eliminated. We got Marty Supreme still. And One Battle After Another. Sentimental Value. Victoria's favorite, Sinners. And The Secret Agent. And Train Dreams. What do our votes look like here? It is moving along quite a bit, but The Secret Agent is going to be out with, it looks like still less than 3%.
Okay.
This is the first one that I am really sad to see go, because I really like The Secret Agent. I know that a lot of other people also really like The Secret Agent here. Again, I chalk this mostly up to the fact that this is an extremely strong year for movies. So, I guess, am I surprised to see it go? No. Am I surprised to see it go in round 3? Yes.
Suffering from success. That's my confusion.
Yeah.
All right, round 4?
Round 4 time.
Let's do it.
We still have Begonia. Hamnet is still here. We got Marty Supreme. One Battle After Another. Sentimental Value. Sinners. And Train Dreams. What does it look like now? We still got some single percentages here, but Train Dreams just barely missing. Begonia only slightly more percentage.
Holy crap.
This was neck and neck, but Train Dreams has been eliminated. I think I may be able to predict what's next, Victoria.
I don't want to say it, and I'm sad to see Train Dreams go. I get it. It was a masterpiece, but it was a slow, meaningful, slow-paced masterpiece. There's been some big hits. I can see why Train Dreams wouldn't quite have the same impact. So, I'll be dreaming of you, Train.
Let's see round 5.
Round 5.
All right, we still have Begonia, but do we still have Begonia for long?
We'll find
We've
out.
got Hamnet. Could Marty Supreme be the next one eliminated? Or One Battle After Another? Sentimental Value. We've still got Sinners. And no Train Dreams. This is what we look like now. Begonia, I'm not surprised. They were 0.02% away from each other. So,
Dare we say, by a hair?
Nice.
And so Begonia has been cut.
Unfortunate to see it go, but now we're starting to get into, now we've got half of the movies eliminated.
Yeah.
We're into the heaviest hitters now.
All right.
Let's see who's in round 6.
Got our reps in. Hamnet. Okay. Marty Supreme. One Battle After Another. Sentimental Value. Sinners. And
it's a 5-way race now, and Marty Supreme.
Okay, this is also not a surprise. Where Train Dreams was slow and beautiful, Marty Supreme was just absolutely kinetic. It was crazy. It was intense.
It was stressful.
That's what I was saying.
And also, this is very in character. Marty Supreme has not won the award. That is pretty apt.
Yeah, sucks. Aw, Timothée Chalamet, man, sucks.
But Timothée Chalamet is already walking away with one Deathy today, so he's in a way he won.
Unfortunately.
Yep. All right, round 7.
Next one.
Let's see round 7. We've still got Hamnet, and One Battle After Another, Sentimental Value, and Sinners.
Oh God.
And Sentimental Value is out.
Okay.
But here's one thing I do want to point out here. One Battle After Another sitting at 42.4%. One Battle After Another is this close to the win, but cannot clinch it.
I know.
It might happen, but I think I know one of our, someone who's going to be in the final round, whichever round that is, but not yet. Sentimental Value.
It's sentimental to see it go, but once again, we've just got such big blockbusters.
Sentimental Value, it's amazing for a movie like Sentimental Value to make it this far. This was a much smaller in scope movie. It was international, and it's a very personal story. Obviously, personal stories can go quite a way in the Best Picture anyway, but it would be rare for something like this from Norway to do as well as it's done. And once again, Sentimental Value has walked away with at least one Deathy today for Inga Idstadr Villius. So not going away, empty-handed. Here's another one for you, Conan O'Brien.
Oh, please, not. I don't need to get Mr. O'Brien on my mind again.
Go to round 8.
Let's do it.
We've still got Hamnet, and One Battle After Another, and Sinners. These are our final 3. Let's see who makes it. Hamnet, I think I could have predicted this because the numbers last time of those 3, Hamnet, lowest. So that's how those work usually.
That is how the pie chart crumbles.
Yes.
Yeah.
Pie chart on Pie Day. Look at that. Amazing.
How do we do it?
All right. Hamnet is out in round 8.
The theater kid in me is crying. The movie buff in me understands.
You want to take it to the last round?
I think we gotta. Round 9.
It's between One Battle After Another and Sinners.
Okay, drum roll.
And just barely One Battle After Another takes the Deathy for Best Picture with 55% of the vote, all the way into round 9. It says round 7 there. That's not correct. That's round 9.
Holy.
One Battle After Another is the winner of the Deathy for Best picture in our 6th year. How do you feel about that?
I respect the community's opinion. It was a damn good movie. I'm not an action movie person, and it kept me hooked with, well, one battle after another. It's a beautiful story. I love seeing the girl save herself and reuniting with her father. It was beautiful. It was strong. It was poignant. It was cool to see Leo a little pathetic. I feel good about this one. How do you feel?
I mean, this is the one that I voted for, but ask me on any given day of the year, and I would have changed my mind between One Battle After Another and Sinners.
Yeah.
So I am glad that round 9 was between my 2 favorite movies here, and I cannot say that I am disappointed with the winner being the one that I picked. So I am very happy to see this nomination. And with that, we have almost all of our awards today. And now I say almost because we have one very, very special message from someone that people should recognize at this point. He's been a part of all 5 Deathies. Let's throw it over to Slight Astro.
Hello Death Racers, it's me, Ian, aka Slight Astro, and I'm delighted to be here again this year. Some of you may remember that last year I asked to take a step back so I could try and complete the Death Race, and I'm delighted that for the first time since 2021 I've done it. This year you may tell that I'm not live for tonight's show, so hopefully I'm quite drunk by this point. So it feels like it's a suitable time to say a huge thank you to everyone who's done an incredible job and stepped up to make this year's Deathies amazing. Well done, you're all incredible, it's been a great show. A huge shout out to Robin, who's taught himself how to use broadcast software, as well as all the peeps in Toronto. I feel somewhat responsible for motherboards melting, but thank you for all you've done. Those of you who've been here before know that we like to highlight and recognise individuals who've expanded our communities with kindness and interesting discussions. This community award is named the Cedric after Cedric Gibbons, the 11-time Oscar-winning art director. Community is a huge reason why I love the Death Race personally. I like hearing your often dubious takes on films both in the Discord and on the daily threads of the subreddit. And I was amazed when the demand to my site, Death Race Tracking, far exceeded the resources I'd allocated to it. Thank you to all those in the community who've chipped in with memberships to help me almost cover the cost of the site. And those of you who haven't got a membership, thank you for not complaining about the ads, the one ad a day I've added. My huge thanks also to Benoit and the folks at the Animation Showcase for really engaging with the community during this Death Race. I honestly can't believe that this is the 4th year of the Cedric. Every year we get more and more submissions. Incidentally, to those of you who nominated me, I'm really flattered, but there's no way on earth I'm giving myself a Cedric. Once again, dozens of names were put forward, including some of those who've already won the prize, so we might have to think about a better way of sharing the lists of those already receiving the Cedric. But it was again a delight to read the reasons why people nominated others. Dramatic effect as I take off my jumper. This year's first winner was mentioned a number of times, each highlighting what a joy interacting with her is. One submitter states, every time that there's been an opportunity to contribute to a server event, she has been there right away. This community is better for having her in it, and I'm truly blessed to share the same server with her. Someone else wrote, "She's a legend and her designs are incredible. She designed the logos for the AoDR, the server and the Deathies over the past few years, and if that's not enough, she's a delight to engage with on the Discord server." The first Cedric this year goes to Chris. Well done. The next award goes to a newbie to the community this year. That they were nominated shows just what a positive impact they've had on the Discord server. I know that their positivity, whilst I've been asking for feedback on my site, has been an enormous help, and I've chuckled many times reading their messages. Someone wrote of them, "They joined this year but have quickly become involved in every aspect. They're extremely friendly and supportive as well." Another person states, "I enjoy their nuanced takes, their forgiving kindness which they offer to any and all opinions, and their smile on their profile picture." The Cedric Award goes to Sam Q. Well done. Of the final Cedric recipients of the evening, someone wrote, "When looking, I was surprised he did not have a Cedric yet, so I think it's time he gets one." It was also stated that they are always engaged in predictions and film bets, as well as discussions about the films. They seem to contribute a lot to the community. Someone else said, "His enthusiasm for movies and the death race in particular is evident all year round. And his commitment to try things out, particularly with film bets, demonstrate his engagement within the community." I know that he's active on both the subreddit and the Discord server, as well as his regular podcasts and yearly songs and other skits at the Deathies. Now, if you want to know why we've given him the Cedric this year, go and look at his response to the question, "What makes you do the Oscar Death Race?" on the subreddit, as it's illustrative of the honest, open and interesting content he puts out. I'm really delighted to award Paolo, aka Ninja Boy, the Cedric. Congratulations to all of our recipients, Paolo, Sam Q and Chris. Thank you for being incredible parts of the community. Thank you also to everyone who voted and nominated people for this award. And I'll hand it back to our hosts today. Lovely to see you all. Bye!
Thank you, Ian, for submitting the Cedric. It was the one award that I was going to insist that he absolutely must make sure that he gives us, and I'm very glad that he did. But also, congratulations to Chris, Sam Q, and of course Paolo, our 3 Cedric recipients this year. All of you, well, I guess Sam Q is fairly new, but all of you in the time that you've been with us have been an incredible boon to the server and everything we've done. I am involved, not I don't pick the Cedric, but I'm involved in, seeing a little bit behind the scenes. And I was very happy to see those as 3 of our nominees. But I have here a little speech that I wrote, and you may not know it to look at me, but I have a hard time memorizing things. So I have this whole speech, and I'm going to just read it out because I did not have time to memorize it. So let me start with that. Near the end of the show, we always like to give a little peek behind the scenes. It's the point of the show where Astro, one of the other mods over on the ODR subreddit and on Discord, you've just seen him, waves to the camera, thanks everyone behind the scenes, and I'm going to do the same here in just a minute. In 2023, we started awarding the Cedric, which you just saw Ian, aka Astro, present. If you didn't already know, one very special thing about the Cedric is that it's presented live. I know that's something Ian has always really loved about the Cedric. I have as well. So that makes it the only live award in the ceremony other than Best Picture. It's also only ever been presented by Ian. So he's turned our final segment into a yearly highlight of what is always an already phenomenal show. But of course, I mean, as he just said, that last one today was pre-recorded. So, this year with Ian stepping back, we had to potentially make some sacrifices there. Let me read from the thing I actually wrote out. Last year, Ian stepped away from producing the live aspects of the show after assembling and running the live stream for 5 years. I have to admit, when he did, I wondered if the Deathies were finished. I actually spent a few months assuming they just wouldn't happen again, because I could not imagine anyone else replacing Ian. Obviously, the Deathies did end up happening, but it definitely took an entire team to handle the job Ian used to do by himself, doing doing a lot of the things that he had sheltered us from before, I realized, how on earth did one guy do all this beforehand? Seemingly he used to do that over the course of a week. I'm sure it took longer than that, but maybe not. I don't know. He might be a superhuman. So there's a lot of people who could call the Deathies their baby, but probably no one more so than Ian, who moved so many mountains without any of the rest of us even knowing. So I could not help but nod along when I read this response to the question on Ian's ballot. Who do you think should receive the Cedric? This anonymous response. I don't think there has been a bigger influence on the Death Race group this year. From creating the website that is shared around our group and discussed every day, to listening to all the members for making updates to his website, to connecting with creators to allow the Death Racers to view hard-to-find nominees and still interacting in all channels to have fun discussions every day. Nice and friendly presence with all as well. And another, he's always working in the background to make sure we keep up with the noms, either via the spreadsheets throughout the years that then turned into a fully fledged website. So each year, we award 3 Cedrics to members of the community, but this year we're awarding a 4th Cedric to Ian, aka Slight Astro, aka Slight Astronomer 3, for his role in building the Oscars Death Racing community and his tireless work in maintaining it to this day. For many of us on the Discord and subreddit, our introduction to the community was via Ian's Oscars, BAFTAs, Spirits tracking Excel sheet, which has now become the website deathracetracking.com. For some of us, Ian introduced us to the idea that watching all the Oscar-nominated movies before the awards was a hobby worthy of a community. For some of us, Ian introduced us to the idea of quote-unquote death racing, not just the Oscars, but the BAFTAs, the Spirits, maybe even the Razzies. And without Ian, there's plenty of us who simply wouldn't have seen all the nominees one year or another. Off the top of my head, I'd say 2019, where Les Miserables and St. Louis Superman were nominated, just as an example. For my own part, Ian was one of the first people I interacted with when I started death racing back in 2019, fancy that. And he basically mentored me when I was blindsided by being named a mod of the Discord in 2020. He's also one of the friendliest people I've ever collaborated with, despite how colossally busy he is. When Andy and I brought the idea of the Deathies to him, he agreed with barely a second thought. When Mark brought up the idea of the AoDR festival to him, the only thing he needed to consider was how to execute on it, not even whether it could be done. Even this year, if we'd asked him to come out of retirement and run the Deathies again, he'll tell you this isn't true, but I think he probably would have done so against his better instincts. It's no easy feat to build a community, an awards show, a film festival, or even a website from scratch, but Astro has been instrumental in facilitating all for this little group of film lovers who found their way to his spreadsheets. The Cedric honors outstanding members of the community, and I think it's about time that everyone's favorite got his due. And as he already said, he absolutely refused to give the award to himself, so if he's not going to do it, I will. So congratulations to our 4th Cedric winner of the night, Slight Astronomer 3, Astro, Ian, and our executive producer. And with that, we've just wrapped up the 6th annual Deathies. How do you feel, Victoria?
Whew, like a Christmas present. Wrapped.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, this has been such a delight. Your community is so cool and vibrant, and I'd like to say our community because I am now aware of this insane tradition. I've never seen so many movies in one year, and I look forward to doing it next year as well. So thank you for welcoming me so much. Thank you for being crazy and inviting me on. This has been such a joy. The chat has made me laugh out loud several times. You guys are hilarious. I've blacked out through half of this as well. It's been such a thrill. How have you felt?
I don't remember most of the last 3 hours, but I remember that I was having a great time. Yeah, I guess there's a little more behind the scenes. Some of you may know this, some of you may not. I usually restream these awards the same night because the reason for that is that I want to see them too. And in doing this, this is a really fun opportunity. It's also very stressful. We caught bits and pieces, but that's about it. So I hope that those who are able to join us later can join us later for a restream and a fun community restream with some behind the scenes.
Maybe with a glass of wine.
Maybe.
Maybe.
I have a little bit left.
Oh, do you? Oh, do you?
And thank you so much to everyone in the community who helped with the awards, everyone in the community who watched the awards, and everyone who helped behind the scenes to bring this show to life, because this was a colossal effort from so many people, and you could not imagine how much I appreciate all of you. I just said there was a time when I was like, I think 5 is it, and I don't think that anymore. So thank you guys so much.
This is for you. Yo, please receive through the camera. Thank you. Oh, I think it's time to say goodnight.
It is. Thank you all for tuning in, and we will see you again next year.
Till then.
Ah! Are we still streaming? Uh-oh.
Oh, what's up? Robin is not going to bed.
Are we live? I guess we're going to see on the chat if we're live.
Oh.
I can't tell if we're live.
I saw someone make a groan tube noise. It was like